If I told you the things I've seen on my ways, if I told you the things I've done in my days, you wouldn't believe me anyway. So it's best I just don't say. Lived 1,000 lives, I piloted 1,000 souls, I killed and fought and died just for a single role.
Well, that's a different thing. Don't move the leg.
Pew, 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 pew.
I've been shot.
Uh-oh.
The huge manatee. Welcome out there, Internet. It is I, CADave, here with Happy Jacks RPG for our every other Monday insert coin Floodwater, our Things from the Flood actual play game. And this is episode 6. You can catch up with past episodes at happyjacks.org/shows. You can find our show listed there, among also all the other currently running shows. And then if you keep scrolling down for a very long ways, you will come across all the other shows we've done and all the other game systems we've played over the years. So welcome. I'm happy to be back. And I'm awake, and I'm joyous to say that we made it to $5,400.
Oh, yeah.
Over the weekend, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, something
Fantastic.
like that. $5,400 over the weekend for Rainbow Railroad charity drive that we did, 24 hours from Friday to Saturday night. And the donation page is still open, and it'll stay open all month. So if you're watching this now, or even listening to it later, you have a couple extra bucks, you want to help out some people that really need help finding a place to be safe and be themselves, head to happyjacks.org/rainbow. And that'll take you right to the donation page. And they make it about as simple as you possibly can make anything on the internet. And we'd really appreciate it.
Not to mention there are prizes.
Oh, yeah.
For top donations.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's worth noting that our goal is what it takes to get one person to safety. So it takes a lot to do that, and hitting that goal would mean a lot.
Absolutely. And I'm just super excited because we're almost to the point we were at the end of a month last year.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're 48 hours in at this point. So
cool.
That's rad.
Yeah, it's real good.
I have other people that join me for this hilariousness. Also, I've been forgetful, but I want to put out there a little bit of a content warning. This game is set in the 90s. Everybody's playing young adults, but there's some content in here that might be problematic for some people. Substance abuse issues, murder, death. But that's not really a role-playing game trigger for most people. We haven't had any arson in this game.
Not yet.
Or the previous game. I'm pretty surprised. But
A lot of boat stealing, though.
yeah, that's petty theft. Minor.
All boats have been returned.
They have. They have.
Boat borrowed.
But there's also some body horror stuff that might be coming up, or has already come up, that kind of thing. So just want to let you know, if that stuff really bothers you, you might want to be cautious. Yeah.
You're not a ghoul in this one.
Yet.
Wait, she's a ghoul?
Yeah, well, Robo Boy. We'll see what happens. I'm going for Weresquatch.
Oh, yeah.
Squatch.
All the humans are going to turn into weird squatches. You're just going to be sad.
Oh, that's all right.
I can't catch
Is this going to be like an Eye of the Beholder thing? We were all Weresquatches the whole time?
I'm going to start dropping clues like, Oh, yeah, you know what? It's right after the full moon, and you don't remember how you got here. Anyway.
Did you always wear that size shoe?
Those are some pretty big feet.
Why are all your clothes so, like, you gotta take them to the dry cleaner once in a while and get that hair off. It's just gross. Why do you have purple stretchy pants?
Must stretchy.
Who doesn't have purple stretchy pants, though?
I'm out then, I guess. Now I'm sad. I'm going to go look for some. I thought I was part of the cool kids group.
Yeah, we'll all wear our purple stretchy pants next week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Where's
in
Black
2 weeks.
When I'm not here. I see how it is. That's what's happening.
Well, if you don't have them, you can't come to Purple Stretchy Pants Club.
I understand. All right. So, the people joining me. To my right.
Hey, I'm Mac. I'm playing Midge Johansen, who is the deputy sergeant of the town. And apparently things went sideways last time, and her responsibleness could have been useful. I can't believe that my character's responsible. Who am I?
The most responsible of the group, in fact.
Yes. Very much
what even is happening? Role-playing at its finest, people. Acting!
I think that says more about the rest of our characters than it does about yours, to be honest.
That's fair.
Speaking of which, I'm Sam. I play Cassie Abrams, who is a roboticist and astrophysicist, aspiring supervillain, and possibly a murderer.
Pre-murderer. Pre-murd.
Are we sure? Let's
No.
find out.
Oh, right.
Aren't we all pre-murderers?
You might be an accessory to murder, because you didn't do the murder.
And also, you're
true.
super
Well, her
lovely,
robot
so
did.
it's just this really nice thing that complements the murder.
Well, that's true.
That's how accessories to murder work, right?
That would be...
Yes.
Robots can't commit murder.
You want to make sure it's a stylish accessory to murder.
Yes.
The definition of murder is a human being killing another human being.
So all you can be convicted of is manslaughter?
More like industrial accident.
Ah,
Oh shit, he's not 3 laws safe.
Maybe
he knows
one.
of. That he knows of.
ooh.
That's true. I don't think I've ever tried to hurt someone.
You tried
A size 12 into a
You
crotch.
wanged that guy real good.
Yeah.
Maybe that's. And then they went, "Oh, we should probably install."
That Asimov guy had some good ideas.
I did kick that guy in the nuts real good.
Yeah. Oh, it's still one of my favorite moments.
I often think back on it fondly.
If you don't know what we're talking about, go back and watch Insert Coin, the original setting, and you will learn the hilarity as well. Hello, everyone. My name is Nick. I'm playing Danny. Danny is that guy who you know who talks a big game, but actually is barely holding his life together, even though he had such potential when he was younger. Sorry, it's not funny.
Poor sweet cinnamon roll.
Hi, so I'm just adjusting the name tags because Sam was Jay and
Oh, yes, they
That
were
is-
slid down.
Matt doesn't
Inaccurate.
exist.
I never
Hi.
did
Allegedly.
exist.
Hello.
Who are you?
I'm
I
Jason,
don't know.
and I'm playing Jackson Clay, also known as Crash, and he's a PhD engineer, and I'm using the Motorhead playbook of Things from the Flood, and is probably the most sort of calculating, strategic, responsible one of the group.
In Bizarro World.
I'm taking care of a little sister all by myself.
He does calculate a lot.
I'm doing a very
Yeah.
good job.
Yeah. Good morning. Bye.
I have to say, yeah, it's okay for you to go camping with your mixed
Yeah.
gender group of friends.
Yep.
I'm just going to go
Without
storm a
supervision?
robot factory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what I'm doing is worse than whatever she's doing. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, if that's your scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are we just tales out of school here? Are you going to run the con game where we find out what she's been up to? That's happening.
We'll see. We'll see how that's going to work. I have that in the like my back pocket for a night where something happens and we don't want to play this.
Okay.
We might do whoever's here plays Maddie and her groups of friends having an adventure.
Awesome.
But I'm not going to do it at the con this time.
Gotcha.
Because I feel like this game already has too many complicated threads. So if I try and introduce more, it's going to just...
It's one thread. I keep saying.
Yes, I know. The Weir Squatch
it's
robot
just a really
maker.
long Weir Squatch fur.
Yeah.
That's a fucked up Rumpelstiltskin story. Just some poor Weir Squatch chained up in the corner. Guy keeps coming over and shaving off part of his leg.
No!
Taking it back to the spinning wheel.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that went a weird place.
Yeah. What do you spin?
Weir
I'm
Squatch
not mad
yarn-
about it.
Yeah, Weir Squatch
Squatch
yarn
in
is
the-
not vegan.
Nope.
All right.
Won't someone think of the Weir Squatches? And the Arms of the Angels starts playing.
For only 35 cents a day, you can save a
Feed
whale.
So, you may have noticed that we're currently missing Jay, who plays Colin, our friendly librarian and ultimate avoider of creepy shit. But he should be here momentarily. He's just running a little late.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. Yeah. So, we should
Recap.
figure out what happened last time.
Let's see what happened last
so
time.
Midge has any idea what she's walking back into.
Yes, please.
All right. Episode 5. Midge gave Cassie and Crash a ride back to Crash's place and then headed to the precinct. Crash called Danny to tell him what we found. He sounded hungover. Cassie got a hold of Colin at the library, and he was cautiously on board for robot resistance. While we waited, Crash went to get a pager, and about the time he returned, Danny showed up. At the library, Colin heard a weird noise from the fiction corner. He reluctantly investigated, but the aisle was empty except some books misplaced. He retreated to the safety of the reference desk, and then for the last half hour, work dragged by.
Can we just say that's like the smartest person in a horror film
Yeah.
of all time?
He was
like, nope.
Yeah. Looks at Ghost. Nope. No thank you. Goodbye.
Have a nice day.
It's fucking brilliant. I love that guy.
On the way to the lab, Cassie filled a very confused Danny in, who pointed out he was right about Techno-Pagan 42 being the Jane Doe. They managed to pick up Colin at the library and borrow a Russian language tape to converse with their new friends and headed to the lab. At Cassie's, the door was slightly ajar. Crash grabbed a wrench and led the way. The place had been rummaged. Stuff was overturned, and Crash's prototype body is missing. In the basement, Victoria's chair was overturned, her computer was missing, and there were signs of a struggle. Cassie frantically looked for clues, but was too upset to focus. Upstairs, Crash noticed the intruders were clearly looking for hard drives, computer files, info, etc. The door was opened by force. Cassie was at an utter loss and can't bring. Danny suggested that maybe the weird guy with the green eyes and the shady equipment was tracking Crash. They planned to see if they can reverse engineer some magnetic trackers to search for Crash's prototype bodies. While Crash gets his tools, and Cassie pointed him to supplies before taking a rage nap. Danny called his contact Max to see if anyone had been searching for robots in the area. He tells Danny about rumors of Russian agents hiding among us, looking to take rogue robots back to the Eastern Bloc. He agreed to keep an ear out for info in exchange for compensation. Colin and Danny assist Crash with the tracker assembly, a rudimentary long-range oscilloscope. Danny cleaned up the lab a little bit. Cassie wakes up and is relieved to find her hidden backup hard drives safely under the mattress. Maddie pages Crash. She wants to go camping with some friends. He's skeptical but says okay. Before they head out to search for Crash's body, Cassie rigs up some audio-visual surveillance in the lab. In the process, she finds a recorder that picked up a few seconds of audio during the break-in. Quote, "I'll take this inoperable one, you guys can have the other one." Danny and Colin think the voice is familiar. There are at least 3 targets, according to the recording. They pile into the Jeep with the oscilloscope. Colin spots a homeless guy looking shifty down the street. It's Weir Squatch! Danny turns hard right so we can try and ask him some questions, driving casual to creep right up next to the Weir Squatch. Colin tries to talk to him, but he runs. Danny yells an apology, but Mr. Squatch looks mad and angry.
Both.
Mr. Squatch was my father.
Just call me Ware.
Crash tries to jump out and pursue, but stumbles and holds onto the door. Where Squatch turns the corner, Danny stops the car and Crash books it to catch up with him. He didn't see anything, just shadows everywhere. Crash tells him to come by the record store if he needs anything or remember something. Where Squatch recognizes Crash's name and says he used to know someone with that name. Crash peers closely, and he looks a little bit like Horrible Peter. He doesn't remember his name, though. Crash tells the others, who are shocked. Danny is real upset by the news, but Cassie is too focused on finding her equipment to be swayed. Danny drives them around town. There's a weak signal coming from out of town in the desert, and a brief other one as we are exiting town. We spotted a suspicious middle-aged lady who looks like she's on something in the south side of town. It's about sundown, and we decide to follow the signal west after swinging by the Burger Shack. Don't do crime on an empty stomach. Crash and Cassie have a cozy moment in the back of the Jeep. It comforts her a little, but she's still real mad. The Jeep drives a ways out into the desert. It's very dark out here. Lights are few and far between. Cassie has a distant memory of coming out this way. Danny spots a chain-link fence with tumbleweeds all around, a dust-covered driveway. Colin recalls an abandoned manufacturing facility out here. The signal is much stronger. Danny slows the Jeep, and after much argument, parks behind some bushes across the street. They sneak across the street and down the driveway. The security booth is unlit and looks empty. Everyone creeps towards the building. Colin spots a bicycle propped up next to the security booth with some recent tire tracks. It looks like the green-eyed guy's bike. Crash lifts the chain off of the track and sees some footprints leading towards the building. We sneak up to the building, and it is boarded up. The truck tracks go around the building, where we find a loading dock and a roll-up door. Crash and Danny listen at the door, but don't hear anything. The regular door is locked, so Crash uses a screwdriver to pick the lock and ends up punching the cylinder out with his thumb. He opens it and looks in. Across the assembly floor, there is some light. We all move across the shop floor and see a man sitting in a chair, facing away with an elaborate science-y headdress. Cassie runs retrievehat.exe on her mini-robot. It skitters forward, grabs the hat, and drags it backwards. The man slumps forward. Crash runs to check his pulse. Nothing. Metallic footsteps sound, and someone says, "Get away from me!"
Oh, yeah.
Bum, bum, bum. We now return you to insert coin, Floodwater.
Murder in progress.
So, if I remember correctly, we did do our questions at the end last time.
Yes. And I need to spend 5 XP if that's all right.
Sure.
In the middle of the scene, is that, or should I wait?
You can do it right now before I call for like a...
Okay.
As long as you're not like, oh, you need me to roll what?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sure, I've got one
Yeah.
point in that, or, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking of body force to
sure.
get back into
Fighting trim.
robo strength.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, you just
Okay.
pop the lock out, yeah.
Yeah. It was already broken. That was not my fault.
Yeah. I went ahead and we talked about it a little bit after the cameras rolled 2 weeks ago, but I put a point into Mind Empathize.
Okay.
I'm going to
That's
spend
perfect.
some too.
I put a point into something, but I don't remember what, because I didn't write it down.
Well, you wrote down that there's a new point in something. You just don't remember what. So
Yeah.
that's fine. Whatever it was, I'm sure we'll find it.
Given the tomfoolery happening right now, I'm going to put one into lead.
Cassie's
No,
doing
it's okay. I have lead. I'm doing a great job. I couldn't. I thought I could say the whole sentence. Didn't make
Quick
it.
question. Since I was out last game, can I have 2 conditions.
What are they?
Upset and exhausted.
You could probably mark them all. I mean, clear them up.
Okay, I wanted to make sure before I did that.
Should we clear ours too?
No.
Well, we got them like several seconds
Because I would have
ago.
talked to Marge back at the station.
Yeah, and you had a normal day. Like, you worked on the investigation for...
They're having all this
42.
weirdness. I'm just like, da, da, da.
You're like, yeah. So
Doing
I have a
paperwork.
feeling that's how this episode starts, is like, it's just video. It doesn't really have audio other than like, no, because there's nobody with Midge in the cruiser. She's just driving around town looking. She stops because there's some kid that's truant from school. Oh no, it's like a Saturday.
Yeah.
Never mind. But it's just complete mundane
Helping
activity.
get a cat out of a tree.
Yeah,
The mundanity.
there was a call about, two old folks at the retirement home that got into a fight. And you get there and they're just taking the tennis balls off of each other's walkers and throwing them at each other.
One of the kids is there and it's like, no, stop streaming the granny fight to YouTube. It's just, no.
But yeah, and then it's like stopping for lunch.
Yeah,
at,
although
the
it's
burrito
95,
joint.
so that's not actually happening, but I just like the idea of
Oh, yeah.
somebody filming it.
Oh, recording it for VHS to pass
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Be
They
like,
could
the
have
a
like
camcorder.
VHS.
Yeah, America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah,
DVD.
camcorder.
For sure. So, but yeah, I think all of that's happening, and then we get to the fact, at the end of your shift, you're driving home. You get home, you walk into your house. It's nice and peaceful. There's nothing weird happening. You just go in, you start watching some TV, plop down on the couch to relax,
Little smile on your face.
and then the scene does a George Lucas wipe, and we've got Crash over a body doing chest compressions. And
This is a normal Saturday.
and we've got Cassie, who's holding her hand out for the little robot to climb back up. Was he holding on to
The hat. Yeah.
the hat? Okay.
Yeah, he has the hat.
Okay, so he's carrying it back in 4 limbs and using 4 to walk.
This was also how I found it.
So there's a long cable that's stretching past Crash in the body with this colander hat attached to it that your little robot spidery thing is bringing back to you. And then Danny and Colin are both around the corner going, "What the fuck?"
No, but actually, what the fuck?
And you've just heard 2 loud thumps and a voice behind you, where everybody else can't really see from where they are yet, that said, "Get away from me." So we'll pick up there.
Oh. It's behind me.
Yeah,
Right.
you ran out and you started doing chest compressions, so it's over there.
I can't get away from you. This guy's dying.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I feel like you should make a body move
Oh.
roll.
Why am I moving?
This is to see how much you get smacked.
Yeah, that's fair. Crash doesn't move it the way he used to. Oh, well, there's 1.
Okay.
How about that?
So, you're doing these chest compressions, and then you hear 2 more steps. And the closest I can describe it is it sounds like the steps of the load lifter from Aliens.
Oh, no.
Meek, meek, that kind of noise. And then just because your heightened perception, you hear air moving,
Yeah.
and you kind of duck.
There's
at
probably
the last
pneumatics involved.
second. Yeah, I mean, there's noises, sure. But you duck kind of out of the way, and a big metallic arm swings just over your head
Oh, okay.
and misses.
Do we see the arm come into the light?
You probably now the rest of you have seen this swipe arm come by. And let's see. And then it probably repeats, "I said get away from me!"
Okay, well, now I'm gonna, somersault over this guy and try to get away from this thing behind me. That's...
Sure.
Get my comically large wrench out and...
You can totally complete that. As part of that move, you can
Yeah.
have done a roll.
Yeah. So what am I looking at?
How do we roll for initiative in this game? It's been so long, I've forgotten.
Yeah, I have wired reflexes 3. So...
It's 2 dice, right? I add them
enough.
together because it's different than everything else.
Hold on. I don't actually remember. I think you all get to go.
We just sort of pass off narratively who's
Yeah, 'cause
going
I-
next and what else going.
I should have probably read that before right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah, we
what I
haven't done a
thought
fight
it
in
was.
this game.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was just
Yeah, I don't think we fought anyone. You shot at a truck that wasn't a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truckosaurus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a trucker suit.
Hanging on.
So, in the meantime, I will describe, while I'm flipping pages, what you see when you come up from your roll.
Yeah.
What you see behind you looks like kind of almost like a robot great ape.
Oh.
Like
way too long arms?
Arms and legs are disturbingly long, too.
Oh.
And bulky. But in the middle, the body looks just like your new body.
Skeletal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, like, there's attachment points
Okay, so like...
at hips and shoulders.
Oh, so it's my torso is plugged into the rest of this thing.
Yes.
Not the good arms and legs that Cassie made.
No.
What a waste.
He's doing it wrong.
This is out of character, but I'm mad. Those are good arms and legs.
So the arms and legs aren't attached to Crash's new body, just the torso is being used and fused to the rest of this
It has been, yeah.
unit?
Yeah.
It looks like at the shoulder joints and at the hip joints, whatever arms and legs were there before have been removed, and these bigger...
Oh, what about the head?
The head looks the same.
It's my skull head.
Yeah.
That's upsetting.
Oh, so
Rip
it's
the
so
arms
it's like
off of this?
it's like the body, but then like these really big arms and legs.
Yes.
Okay, it's not like welded to another superstructure.
No,
Got it. Okay. So huge arms, huge legs, human-sized body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's creepy.
I love that.
I love it too, actually. Everything robots.
It would
Everything's
be great if I
coming up
wasn't so
robots.
mad at it.
Yeah.
It's all robots.
I was right. There is no such thing as turns or initiative or any of that.
Okay.
You you're faced with a situation, and you kind of pass around who's going to do what. Because I don't take actions in this game.
Okay.
You guys have to overcome trouble.
Yeah,
in
it's like
this game.
PBTA.
Okay.
It's like that, but without hard moves.
Oh, all right.
Like
So-
there's nothing you can do that will make me do something.
So we can do whatever we want and nothing bad will happen to us.
Incorrect.
Got it. Okay.
Because after
like
you
magic,
do
I
something,
understand.
I will say how it turns
No,
out.
no, that's not what I heard.
Yes. So yeah, you have rolled away,
Yeah.
and now like it straightens up, like back to full height because it kind of
Yeah.
had like
Stooped
knelt
down
down
to get
to
me.
swipe
Yeah.
at you, and then it stands back up and it goes. Well, let's see, because it's come around the corner now, so you guys can see it. It probably narrows its eyes at your spider bot carrying away the colander, and then looks up at you and goes, "You," and then it makes the connection, and it's like like it because it doesn't have flesh on the head. Like the mouth even looks like it's extending too far.
It's like cartoon skeleton talking.
Yeah, it's very Skeletor-y. Like, it's very just like South Park Canadian. Like,
Yeah.
in a disturbing way.
Yeah, I could see it.
And it immediately begins to stride towards your little robot.
Can I see, where do the cords from the helmet go?
They run past this thing.
Past that thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm not good at running.
Can I get a yell?
Yeah, I feel
While
like I
you're-
want to yell at it.
I'm going to yell
Yeah.
too, but you go ahead.
I think Cassie's gonna just, like, obscenities are gonna happen. Like,
Sure.
what the actual fuck did you do to my work, you monster?
Yeah. Give me back my body!
That's not your body. Get out of it.
Who the fuck are you?
Man, this rerun's really fucking boring.
We're like
Yeah.
Meatloaf Hungry Man.
And a beer. You guys are doing all this.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing ever. Average day for me.
Yeah.
What the
Beautiful.
fuck?
Oh, or maybe Alien is on.
Oh,
Or,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
That's probably how it transitions back and forth
Yeah.
scene-wise.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah.
yes.
It's like, it's just, you hear the sound effect, and then like...
or Terminator.
Yeah.
Alien.
Yeah, it's probably Aliens.
It's a better movie.
Yeah. But yeah, it's probably that, like, you know, it shows her and it's like walking across the thing and then it cuts, but the sound lines up with this thing walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Very good. So, you yell at it. I'll give you guys the yells for free.
Yeah, okay.
But it doesn't seem to be slowing down.
What would I roll to intimidate it?
So I apologize. I missed. It's coming towards us, the group?
Yes. Well, it's specifically going... It looks like it's heading right for Cassie and her little robot with the colander.
Got it.
So, remind me, there was some machinery here that was like, I would like to put that machinery between me and this hulking robot.
Okay. So you can make a body move to run back around the industrial assembly machine
Okay.
there. To intimidate it, you'd want to do heart charm.
Oh, I have a little bit of that.
Because you can frighten people with that.
Yeah.
I will say you'll probably need more than one success.
There. Whoa. What?
That was
Oops, all
4.
sixes.
Oops, all
Oops, all
sixes.
sixes.
Holy shit.
Cassie's suddenly a ninja.
Like,
Adrenaline is a hell
it's
of a
just
drug.
that, like, the rage adrenaline.
Yeah. That
like
rage nap.
4 out of 4. Unacceptable.
4 would roll
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, 4 out of 4.
You leap up, you grab your little robot and the colander, and you run around the end of the thing completely successfully. With your additional successes, you can... Well, I think you've already impressed people.
We're all impressed.
You can choose
Check.
to help someone else with a move.
Uh-huh.
You can choose to take a +1 to continue to move next time.
Okay.
Or you can make it so no one notices you. And I'll come up with something.
I get one of those?
Well, no. One success got you around the corner.
Okay.
Your other 3 successes, you can impress,
Uh-huh.
no one notices you, or then you can give a die to somebody else to succeed at moving, or you can take a +1 in a future
Okay.
move-related thing.
Um,
So you get to pick 3 of those.
I will take... I definitely want to impress
Okay? Who are you impressing?
people.
Because it's supposed to be a
Just
person.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you want to spread it out and just be, like, not really that impressive, but everybody is like, wow!
Look at her go.
If you concentrate it to one person, then it's like, holy shit! But if you spread it out, it's like, oh, wow, wow.
I think...
Yeah.
Oh, do I want to impress the robot or Crash?
Which, what? That's a double.
Yeah. I'm going to impress Crash,
Okay.
because he's probably never seen her be that athletic
Yeah,
before. That's
done.
impressive. I will take +1 to move in the future, because
Okay.
I
That's 2. You
feel
got
like
one
I
more.
need to do that. What were my other options?
No one notices you, or you can give a die to someone else for move purposes.
Okay. Who else is closest to me?
You're probably closest to Danny still, because you were still back
Yeah.
a ways.
And
Okay.
Colin's with you, right?
Yeah.
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 And Colin seems catatonic
Yeah, he's frozen.
at this point, yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe seeing her move so fast is going to give Danny a little bit of a kick in the butt, so I'm going to give my other
Okay.
success to him.
Cool.
So, Cassie, like, runs past you after picking up the colander and stuff, and you're just like, oh, okay. Like, it's kind of helped snap you into motion, too.
All right.
So when you decide something you want to do, you can.
Yeah, I charge him.
Okay.
I'm going to knock him over, screaming, "Get away from my friend!"
That's my boy.
All right. Body force.
Yep.
Can it be when the movie is happening too, and it's "Get away from her, my friend"? It's just
Yeah.
a big.
You'll need 2 successes here.
Okay.
Because it is large and robotic.
You got this. Yeah,
That is
buddy.
2 successes.
Okay.
Plus the one I gave you, yeah?
I rolled that die.
Oh, you rolled that one.
Put
Oh, that
in
gives
there.
you a die, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, technically, it gives you a success.
Oh. Okay.
But since you didn't go for a move action, you still have that in
Yeah.
reserve.
Oh, okay.
Basically, what I wanted to do was kind of charge him and knock him over.
Okay. You rush it, like, just... And, like... You see it moving, and it's moving pretty well, but, like, as you're running up to it, you realize, like, it actually isn't as steady as you thought. Like, it's bulky, so that makes it look steadier than it actually is, but you catch it when it's got 1 foot up to take a step, and you hit it in the other leg, and the center of gravity on the thing, like, you can hear, like, a whole bunch of hydraulics, like, move in it to try and restabilize, but it goes over and lands, and, like, half, like, the lower half of that body is underneath it.
Okay.
So it's now laying on...
Oh, on the guy who had the
corpse.
colander on his head?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, did it crush him?
Like, his lower half looks pretty
Okay.
well smashed.
Oh, well, he's dead anyway.
Not... I mean... Like, not flattened like a pancake, but
Yeah.
a big metal robot thing fell on it.
Sure.
So it's not going to be a good day if he is revived.
Should have thought of that before he stole Crash's body.
Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to. You said there were like chains and stuff hanging down.
Yeah.
I wanted to get like a loop of that, like hooked around kind of the upper arms of one of these,
Okay.
just to try and get this thing trapped.
Okay.
And then I'm going to remove all its limbs. In a like not this turn, obviously.
Well, yeah, we're going to have to put the good ones back on.
Not this turn.
Yeah.
Obviously. You're right.
Yeah, I have another thing too. Just waiting.
So why don't we do a body force?
Yep. I'm furious. Okay, that's 1. Do I need more successes than that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a significantly strong thing.
If I push, do I reroll all of them?
You re-roll. Oh, here's actually something that we need to talk about.
Okay.
Here's where I had been making a mistake before. If you push and you mark a condition, you re-roll all the dice that were in the previous pool. You don't have to subtract 1 out.
Oh, okay.
That's the mistake I had.
But I don't get to keep that success.
You do get to keep everything that didn't come up a success. you get to
okay.
re-roll.
Reroll just the failed dice.
And
okay.
you're not -1.
Okay, so I'm going to mark up set. I have 3 conditions now.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Oh boy.
Closing in on a scar.
But they don't subtract from my dice pool.
They do not.
Okay.
Well, the original 2 should.
Oh, whoops. Then I did it wrong anyway.
Okay. The
Should I-
original 2 should subtract from your dice pool.
Okay. Should I just
But
roll
the
those?
new one does not. If you're like the one you're re-rolling with right then,
Yeah.
does not take a die away right away.
Okay, should I redo the first roll,
Go
though?
ahead, yeah.
Okay. It's only 4 dice is what I should have had. Okay, so that's no successes, and now I'll push
Okay.
and take
You
that
still
condition.
get to roll all 4. But next
Okay.
time you'll be down to 3.
Okay, that's a good roll. Okay, I like that. That makes sense. 1.
Okay. So what I will let you do is you get the chain and you yank it, like, because it's on like one of those
Yeah.
overhead runner things. You yank it in the right direction and you get it looped around the arm, but it doesn't seem like the arm's immobilized.
Right. Not yet.
So you're halfway to your goal
Okay.
for right now. But it's going to like rotate the other arm like 180 degrees the
Oh,
wrong
God.
way and push itself back upward, and then like its legs kind of hitch up underneath it a little bit to kind of get it back to a squat, and then it looks like it's gonna leap forward. Like its one arm is still like this, but it's like ready to come at you for knocking it down.
Okay.
And it's got like animate looking eyes. Like it looks like Crash's eyes.
Oh, hell. I have brown eyes.
But, like, that's really the only expressionary bit.
That's upsetting.
Yeah.
And, like, Terminator skull, human brown eyes. I don't like it. I could actually love it, and that's an amazing story point. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Is there, like the facial musculature? Does it have like the
yeah.
eyebrows that are kind of
Well,
moving?
there's like
Or-
the servo that would control something there,
Gotcha.
but it's not
But it's not
attached to
attached to
anything. Okay. But like it's making it's almost like the new Transformer stuff when it zooms in close and you see there's like a lot of
Yeah.
Right.
stuff going on. And in those movies, it made no sense because it's like, why would you have a machine that has all these moving parts that are just going to fail? But this looks like it at some point would adhere to a flesh sack.
Okay.
Somewhere.
That's a normal term that applies to most
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So as it gets up, like as it's sort of coming up out of this crouch, I want to jump towards it, and what I shout is, "How about a little alcohol, Tin Man?" And I'm going to whip out my flask and dump it all over the robot.
Okay.
I'm going to try and short it out.
You can totally do that.
I'm gonna have to fix that
Man.
later.
Well, I'm trying to figure out like what role that I think
Yeah.
it's going to be a body move.
That makes the most sense, I
Yeah.
think.
Does he have the +1 for that?
Yeah. You can use your +1 from.
Okay.
So you have a success already.
Well, no, I used that before. Oh, no, I guess. Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
we're carrying it over. Okay. So I would be at 7 dice, -1 because I have upset marked from before, but I'm actually using my iconic item for, I think, the first time in either of these games.
Nice.
To,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Love it.
Now it's not, even though it's an iconic item, it's not a cornucopia of liquor.
I understand. I know it doesn't magically refill in between scenes.
Yeah.
But this is...
Well, in between scenes, it totally can
Okay.
refill.
Right,
In this scene, though,
Of course.
you've got a dose.
right, I understand.
Especially
But-
because you talked about taking a couple of hits already. Yeah.
Right. No, fair enough.
What?
What the
That's
heck?
all you need.
Yeah!
I want my money back.
Five.
So I'm scared.
Unacceptable dice.
This is scary.
Get your shit together.
You're embarrassing me in front of the other players.
Fucking embarrassing.
Take your dice bucket.
Yeah.
Oh, and they said, yeah.
And they
that's
said
a,
no
that sounds like
harder.
a you problem.
Is that 9 dice?
That's
Yes.
9 dice.
That's
So
too
many
many. That's the
fives.
problem.
Holy
Yeah, that's
crap.
what we've learned from this game.
Yeah.
If you roll more than 6 dice, you're not going to get a success.
And Shadow Run.
Wow.
Too many dice.
This is delightful.
That's what I should have run. I should have rolled the Shadowrun dice because I believe in them. I have faith in them.
Yeah, I do too.
No, they tried
I'm gonna
to
trust
me
them.
several times.
All right. You rush forward,
It's empty.
and you
I
get there.
drank more than I thought.
It probably that's a little bit of it, but like you dribble some out, and it kind of splashes down one side. It doesn't seem to really have any effect,
No, of course not.
but it like swings its arm up and is going to hit you square in the gut.
Yes, it is.
So I think you should take injured.
That makes sense to me.
Not to the point where you're like immobilized or anything, but you have taken one square to the breadbasket. Yeah.
So
Wind
yeah.
kind of knocked out of you a little bit, and you're like, ugh, because it hit hard.
Okay.
Like, it feels like that time that you got a little too drunk and you were walking down the street and walked in front of a car that was coming to a stop. It was like getting hit by that car.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I take a couple steps back and fall on my ass.
Okay. You keep a hold of your flask, though. Because iconic items I can't take away.
Right.
Does Cassie have a cell phone or just a pager?
Pager.
Because I haven't heard from them for a while. And I have a feeling I would probably at least try
I
and
really
figure out
want
what the
that
fuck
pager to
was
go off.
happening. So
All of them together. Dee-lee-dee-dee-lee-dee-dee-lee.
I'm totally going to page Cassie.
All right. So you've ducked around the corner. You are completely out of sight and out of mind of the robot.
Uh-huh.
And then... beep, beep, beep.
Stupid pager. Shut up, pager. I did have something I want to do.
Absolutely.
So,
You're welcome to do that right now.
Considering I built this thing, I know where its motor function center is.
You absolutely do.
And I would like to use my mini spider robot to climb up, instruct him, hey, go for the motor functions.
Okay.
And just have him, like, snip, snip.
All right. Why don't you do a tech tinker?
Okay.
And clarifying question, did we leave a message on your machine?
Nope. Everybody specifically was like, we are not calling her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we super did not
Cassie
call her
did
because
not wanna
I
get the-
knew I was going to do a crime.
Yeah. We knew we were being bad.
Yeah, and it's like we were doing stuff, and there was robots, and I haven't heard from them in a while now.
Oh no!
Why, Dice?
That's hurtful.
No. No.
I will 100% use those.
In a
I'm gonna
world
put
where you're fighting a giant fucking
Twitty
robot.
Dice, tell them how to behave. Okay, I'm going to take a condition.
Okay. What are you picking?
Scared.
Fair enough.
Because there's my own robot
really wanna
body
get
that
to
I made
scars.
is fighting.
I really want to get to a scar.
Yeah.
Well, we're close to good.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yep. I think, yeah, you and I are just about the same.
Yep.
I don't have exhausted,
You have
but
one.
I got
You don't have
one.
injured.
Ooh,
Okay.
Quiddy Dice is a lie right now.
You did it wrong. You're supposed to be the example.
So, your spider robot is going to run for it, and it's going to, like, do, like, as it's running, and then it does a leap, and it kind of gets to the knee joint because it was crouched. And it's really kind of overbalanced again, but it's, like, upright because its arm is looped in chain. And then it skitters up its body and, like, proceeds to try and, like, get in under the neck
Yeah.
here to get into the body harness of it. And it starts to, like, reach in, and it's, like, poking and stuff. I don't know if it has, like, cutting tip arms and
No,
stuff.
but I figured if it's got like a pokey tendril bit, it could like reach in,
Yeah.
hook the wire, and like.
Yeah. So
Yank
it's
it out.
starting to do damage, but it doesn't look like it's immobilized this robot yet.
Okay.
There's a lot of redundant systems in there.
Yeah, it's true. I built it so good.
Some might say too good.
So, and at this point, I think it's going to stand all the way up. And I think you should make a body move roll.
Okay.
Not for you, but for your robot.
Oh, does he have better body move than me? That's a good question. Does he have my minuses?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
You make your roll.
I get to roll 2 dice.
Well, isn't your robot your iconic item?
Yeah.
So you
I
get
get
2
the-
extra.
okay.
Yeah.
So I get to roll 4 dice.
That worked out fine for you
that's
before.
in the wheelhouse. You got it.
They'll hear you. Nope.
Hateful.
Okay.
You guys are shunned. I'm gonna yeet you.
Okay. Are you going to do anything about that? Or are you just going to accept that result? You could mark a condition and
Fuck.
roll those 4 again.
I don't want my iconic item to be murdered.
I will tell you, it can't be destroyed by this.
Yeah.
Because it's your iconic item. I can't take it away from you. I can disable it and prevent it from doing what you wanted.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
I
not-
only have exhausted or injured left, and it doesn't really make sense. 'Cause she's not in the way.
I mean,
Stress can leave you exhausted.
yeah. Or you could even mark injured and just be like,
Yeah.
you see like a giant arm come down and go, smash! knock your little robot that you care so much about to the ground, where it kind of...
Injured by proxy.
Nobody. I'm gonna mark exhausted because this is tiring, and I'm gonna roll some different dice. You guys did it bad.
Left up.
No, they're looking at me. I hate it. There's one.
Okay.
Thanks, Cthulhu Dice.
Yay, madness.
Yay.
So, like, it's starting to do its work, and you actually see the like, some of the servos in the torso are kind of twitching funny. Mm-hmm. But then, like, the free arm just comes and does, like, a sweep.
Oh, okay.
Right? And, like, your robot sees it coming and manages to leap off.
Okay.
All right.
So it is not impacted and possibly damaged.
Yeah.
It is just no longer attached.
Sweet buddy.
But then this robot is gonna, like, spin around.
I mean, I'm right there.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
But it's not particularly turning at you.
Oh.
It's turning kind of away.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to start to move away.
Okay, well, its one arm is still in the chain, right?
But it's now, like, extending its arm. It's almost like it's forgotten
Yeah, that's good.
that arm is there.
Because I would like to koala bear the other arm.
Like,
Yeah, run and jump onto
okay,
it.
like arms and legs
Yeah.
wrapped around. Okay.
Because I'm a lot heavier than I look.
You
We
are.
established last time that
Okay.
I
So,
think it might throw it off balance and maybe rip an arm out of the socket or not, but...
I feel like that's going to be a body move,
Okay.
not a force. Because it's more about the jump and grab than it is about the physical
and grind.
strength of... Well, what you do once you're attached to that arm, that's up to you.
Oh my. Ejects.
Oh, I'm keeping that. That's a 6.
Okay.
Is that enough to do anything, or
is.
do I need a second one? Okay.
No. The only time you're going to need a second one is if you're directly trying to damage this thing,
Yeah.
or you're in a contest of strength.
Okay.
In this case, you are not.
Okay.
You like take 3 steps and leap and grab onto its like other arm.
Yeah.
And you are affixed.
Okay.
It's going to, like, after you jump and land on it, like, the whole body kind of slumps to that side.
I mean, I'm sure it can lift 400 pounds with one hand, but it's, off balance.
Well, it was a surprise.
Yeah.
It is totally off balance, for sure. It is going to, like, turn its head and look down at you,
Yeah.
attached.
That's
and then it's,
my head.
Yes. But it's going to, like, if it had fangs to bear, it would do that at you. Like, it's kind of just a
That should be the next
animalistic...
crash upgrade. Thanks.
Great for Halloween and kids' parties.
Fangs, I hate it.
Get out.
Thank you, good night.
I love you.
Now you should take a body force roll.
Yeah.
Because you're about to endure a physical stress.
Can I mark injured to re-roll that?
You absolutely can.
Okay. I feel like 6 dice should give me something.
Should. No!
How do you like your Shadowrun dice now?
I'm loyal.
Betrayers. Judas dice.
No, they're just storing up
Evil.
all of their energy for
Yeah.
Shadowrun. So when he's rolling them in
I rolled,
Shadowrun...
I rolled too many dice anyway. I
murder.
forgot to subtract my conditions.
Oh,
So it was wrong. So it's just fail.
okay. Like, it looks down at you and it has this expression of just hate,
Yeah.
right? And you hear inside... I don't know if it's something you've heard before, because it's never been exposed when you're doing physical activities. But, like, it's almost like when you're using a laptop and you start to play a video game and that extra fan kicks on.
Yeah.
So it's like it's almost like a cyclotron spinning up
Okay.
kind of a thing.
Cool. I hate it.
And then the whole arm that you're attached to, like, Nautilus style, like electricity surges down the arm.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you're just like blown off of it
Okay.
and into the side of the machine.
Yeah.
And you're stunned for a second.
Yeah. Just.
Actual upgrades for next time.
Yeah.
And you probably have, like, where your skin was touching it, you've got
Just
blistering.
like burns up and down. I mean, my whole body was touching it, so I think like all the front of my clothes are burned. And,
Yeah.
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 Can I take an action? Okay. I run up to the physical body, and I'm going to grab it with my arm across its neck. Yes, I appreciate the irony here too. And I yell out, "Pop quiz, hotshot!"
Okay.
My love for you is endless.
I looked it up. It is time appropriate, 1994. So, pop quiz, hotshot. 3 people are assaulting your giant robot body, and one of them has a hostage. What do you do? And I'm going to start trying to, grab the body and start walking backwards. Because he seemed...
Okay. Why don't you roll
upset on that.
heart charm?
Okay.
Because this is like an intimidation thing.
Yes, exactly.
For sure.
That was exactly what I was thinking. Okay. So, with my conditions, that's 3 dice.
I'll give you a +2,
Okay.
actually, because you're holding the dude's body.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aha! Revealed.
If you hadn't figured that out by now.
No, that's a 6.
Oh, is it?
That's
Okay.
one.
I was like,
Yes, that's the 1. That's the 6.
yeah.
Oh,
That's very confusing.
man. Okay.
Who puts
Like-
1 pip on the fucking 6?
Yeah, that's obnoxious.
Well, it's a wizard or something.
It's unacceptable.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Fuck you,
like,
Die.
Uh,
I mean,
as-
you won, but
Yeah.
Crash has just been flung off. You grab the body and you start talking shit, and it like slowly does like the slow robot turn. Like the best way I can describe
Slowly
it
it turns.
is the best way I can describe it is like the Jason Voorhees turn, where it's head, shoulders, body,
Right.
and it looks at you and like clearly it's still super pissed, but it just takes the chain that it's still got an arm in and goes and pulls.
Oh no, you gave it a weapon.
I owned it.
And it yanks the whole, like, the track that it's attached to up there. It pulls that track free, falls, and, like,
That's not what was supposed to
crashes
happen.
into the ground between the two of you. And it shakes the chain off of its hand.
So there's like a gantry.
Yeah, there's sort of
Like
like a,
a-
you know, it's like that railing, and it's
Okay.
got, like, the chain was attached to, like, a thing.
Yeah, like a yard runner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, like, the thing that, like, a hospital curtain is attached to,
Sure,
but
sure.
bigger.
Okay.
Like, they could attach, like, big robot parts to it or whatever and hoist them up and
Roll it
move
around.
them around.
Yeah.
So would it be like an obstacle for us to get to like charge each other?
Yes.
Or okay.
Yeah.
Like
It's-
waist height, or is it?
It's kind of because it's coming down from the ceiling, so it's like a diagonal thing. You'd have to
Okay.
kind of hop
Got it.
over it to get there.
Okay. But he doesn't seem to care that I'm dragging his body away.
Well, like you're doing that, and you succeeded in like angering it,
Okay.
kind of. But
I'm sorry. Don't shoot him. You only make him mad.
I feel like at this point you've switched over to an old episode of The Incredible Hulk.
Right?
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
but then it's going to just like look at you for a second longer, and then spin, take 3 steps, try and kick you,
Yeah.
and looks like it's going to keep moving.
Can I roll
So-
body force instead of move?
You can roll a body force because you're going to endure.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Like you're not dodging this.
Okay, great.
'Cause
so
you're in a
it's
position.
leaving.
It's moving away from.
Okay.
You. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to hurt it. Okay, 1.
Okay. So it like goes to kick at you, and you manage to like deflect it.
Okay.
Right. You're not in a position to be like,
Right.
ha ha, and like wang it up against the ceiling or something.
Rattle against
Yeah.
the machinery
Yeah.
again, and yeah.
But like you manage to like move it to the side so that the leg hits the big machine next to you. And
Okay.
there's a sizable dent.
All right, so I don't need to mark something? Okay.
You get
were
to rage
successful.
against the machine.
Yeah, I get
But
that.
it begins
I'm
like
not sorry.
it takes like one more
shouldn't
step,
be.
and then like it leans forward and starts to move quickly. Like it starts to run, and you hear it clomping off at a speed faster than you think you could run. You could probably keep up with it, you think,
Yeah.
but
Maybe not in the conditions that we're in right now.
yeah. But it is going away from you guys.
I wanna run.
Okay. So body move.
Is it going in the direction that the cables from the helmet are leading?
That yes, it ran in that way.
Okay, I also want to pursue it then.
Okay. So you guys can both make body moves.
One.
Oh. Do I get to
Oh,
use
I didn't
my
roll that right.
mini robot if I pick it up? Because otherwise I get to roll 1 dice.
Same question. I have 5 dice and 4 conditions, so I should just roll 1 die, right?
But okay, give me a second. So I don't see how your robot's going to help you move faster unless
Moral
you're trying to
support.
send your robot and not you.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's faster than me, so it could follow, and then I could just follow the cords from this helmet thing.
Okay.
Is kind of what I was thinking.
All right. So you could roll 3 dice then,
Okay.
and that's to see if your little robot can keep up with it. And crash.
Fewer dice is better. See?
2 successes!
So
You've been rolling too many dice.
with your
Apparently.
first success, your little robot will keep pace.
Sweet.
With your second success, you can, again, make it so no one notices your little robot. You can impress someone, or you can take a +1 to a related roll into the future.
I'm gonna take a +1 to a related roll.
Okay.
That would be like following this dude, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Sure.
I will do
So, you, like, if this is overstepping, let me know. But I feel like you do, like, the martial arts, like, I'm down, and then you do, like, the leap back to your feet thing.
Yeah.
And then,
Kip up.
thank you. I would never have known that term. But you immediately start trucking after it. And, like, you move around the edge of the big machine that was right there. And I will describe what you see. It is running past, looks like a large work bed, and your perhaps future arms and legs are laying there on the bed. But there's also, like, the full-on conspiracy theory board.
Oh. Yeah.
Like, yarn
Yeah, red
everywhere, like...
Thank you,
Yeah.
Midge.
Like, that is all on this big, like, rolling bulletin board thing.
An anachronistic episode of Always Sunny pops onto your TV. What the hell is this?
How do you
fuck is this
explain
show?
this?
But, like, that is there, and there's, like... I don't know what else you'd see. Oh, you see the cable where it runs? It runs up to... It looks like there was, like, a receiver unit on the bed. So, like, this robot body was probably laying there on the bed, and the thing was, like, right here for the transference.
Okay. Yeah.
And this guy is trucking for the front glass doors. Just...
Okay. And I'm sort of keeping up.
Yeah, like, you've made it around the corner, you have full line of sight on him.
Did I drop my big wrench and all this?
It's your iconic item, so no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my tools. All right.
Like a wrench at him.
Yeah. It's true that if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. But it's not true if you can dodge a ball, you can dodge a wrench.
Accurate.
Okay.
Coming at you from
Yeah.
behind, aimed at the knee joint.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you said
Sweep
this
the
is
leg.
like big open moving machine, right? Like not a clean, like
No, it's not like an armored leg.
like
It
sheet
looks
metal.
industrial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to like sidearm my wrench into the knee.
You know
joint.
what? You're specifically asking about it. Do a mind comprehend roll.
Oh,
real quick.
okay.
This is just a freebie. It's not taking your action or anything.
Okay. Good. That's only 4 dice, so it should be good.
Is that minus all your conditions?
Nope.
There's one. Oh.
I don't have. I have 4 conditions and 4 dice, so I don't know what to do.
You can always roll 1.
Oh, okay. All right. No.
Okay. You don't remember that. Very good. So make your roll to do a body move.
Okay. But it's with my iconic item.
You get +2.
Okay. So that would be 5, 6, 7 minus 4 is 3.
Okay.
Right? Okay. If I mark broken and scarred, do I roll again or am I just out?
You'll be able to roll again, but then you're not going to be able to take any further actions. You're basically narratively out. Like the electrical damage was worse than you thought, or something like that, and you'll be
I'm gonna mark it because it's too important for this thing to get away.
okay.
Yeah.
So I have an idea of why as well. Okay, now look. I keep telling everybody to roll, you guys. If you let me down, I'm gonna stop cheering for you.
What? Holy shit!
That's 3 6s, everyone. On 3 dice. After that pep talk. That's amazing.
Yes, but it is also the role of the beast, so it may
Yeah.
just be
6, 6,
all
6.
Power of
wise.
Satan compels you,
Hail
Yes.
Satan!
right?
Holy shit! I was watching that. Luckily, that was one of the ones that I was talking about at the beginning, where I was watching on Twitch, and it happened, and I was like, immediately, I was like, hit that clip button. That was so good.
You
Okay.
can sit over here for tonight. You don't have to do any more.
Those ones go in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Good job, buddies.
Okay.
That was worth it.
I'm like, my heart is pounding right now.
I'm so impressed.
So I want to, like, out of character for a moment, I just sort of want to fly some things by some people. You're sending your robot after, your mini robot after the big robot? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're still, Cassie is still in this area. And
I am following it, but the small robot is faster than me.
okay. And then Colin is here, but he's not, but he's just like, I don't know what's
He's
going
like,
on.
What the?
He has noped out.
And I'm holding
Because
the guy's body like
here's
I
the
thought
thing.
this was going to be a good
Colin
hostage.
joined
And they've
your
run off.
band after all this bullshit the last time.
Right.
True.
That's true.
So his experience with you guys is like, you're a good bunch of friends. You like playing music with me.
Right.
And you
We
tell
have a
these
great-
weird stories that I
Yeah,
don't
you
think
tell
are true.
weird
You
story.
pull
And
my
he
leg?
says he's a robot boy,
Yeah,
but I
like-
forget most of the time.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah. He didn't free a bunch of military-grade robots with us.
Right.
yeah, he was not involved in any of that. So all of this is just,
Heckin' weird.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I just sidearm that wrench in there, and then I think that whole shoulder, like my shoulder, comes undone. I don't know if you want to do something specific for broken and scarred, but like,
So here, what you're going to get to do is you're going to get to describe your scar in a
okay,
sentence.
okay,
And there's a spot on your character sheet for scars.
okay,
So I'm letting you entirely tell me how you collapse or how
Okay.
you're out of it. That's totally up to you.
okay,
So however you want to envision that, cool. And then I'll tell you what happens with your awesome wrench.
okay. Should I tell you that now?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a little bit gross.
All
right. So I think
We've been started down that road a while ago. yeah.
Between the electric shock and being bashed around, he wings this out, and his right arm, for most people, would just dislocate. But it's a big, heavy metal arm in like fake skin, and it
no.
actually rips off. So his arm sort of like chunk chunk on the ground, and I kind of go catatonic because my arm's disconnected, and that's too weird. right? Like in shock.
Sure.
And I think that's why I'm, broken right now. Like literally, but also like a normal robot would just go, ah, shit, my arm's off. Like, no, it isn't. Yes, it is. It's right there.
I can see it. Your arm's off.
But for a person, you're not supposed to see your arm come off. And I'm a person, so
Right.
Can confirm. Do not want.
yeah.
I especially like this because the last time you suffered that kind of, like, you suffered a major injury is when you got grazed by a bullet, and you still had that, like, I'm a real kid thing.
Yeah.
And then after that, like, you had that traumatic incident with your mom repairing you and waking up and stuff. So, yeah, that's awesome.
Okay. Cool.
But your artificial skin is bleeding.
Yeah.
Like, it's a gore festival.
But also probably
Around there.
sparking. And
Yeah, like the connector
Yeah.
snapped. Yeah.
So I yell shit and drop the body and run in the direction that they're running.
Okay.
And I yell at Colin, check his pockets, and I take off.
Okay.
Body move.
Yeah, go ahead and do your body move.
Okay.
While you're doing the roll, I'll describe the accuracy of this wrench throw. And you'll get to pick some extra stuff. So, you fling... Okay, you're keeping up then.
Okay.
You
Or
fling
catching
this wrench, and your arm continues to travel with it for a ways. And then they separate, like
yeah.
like a second stage of a rocket.
Yep.
And your arm, like, hits and skids a couple of stops.
Yeah.
This wrench, it's like end over end, and you were aiming for his knee joint, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you hit the knee with it, and this wrench just punches through. Like, if you want, I'll let you pick from the bonus success stuff, or I'll just make this epic.
Yeah, you go epic. That's
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
So, like, it's flying, like, end over end, but, like, almost faster than you can see, or even an average human can see. So it looks like a helicopter blade to most people, and it just and hits right at the back of the knee joint. Clean sever cut.
Oh, okay. I didn't think that was going to happen.
And, like, the robot, like, goes to take the next step and falls, like, looks down, like, surprised almost, and is like, turns and, like, pushes himself up and sees that, like, you're there bleeding and all
Yeah.
screwed up, and he's like, it looks shocked more than anything, right?
Yeah.
And
And is it okay if I, like, slouch to my knees? Like, you know when you turn the hydraulics off, like, let the pressure out of hydraulics? Like, you just...
Yeah.
And I just,
That's
like,
awesome.
drop to my knees and hunch over and, like... like, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. But your little robot is closest. Continues to run at this bot that has now fallen. If you want, because of his success, that robot is completely distracted. Your little robot could jump on and be stealthy about it. If you want.
Yes.
Because
immobilize.
it's gonna get going again.
No, it's not. Get him, Spider-Bot.
Well, I mean, your spider bot is now stealthily on it. It's
Yeah.
going to continue to move forward.
Yeah.
You'll be able to take more actions to see if you can stop it for sure or
Yes,
whatever,
yes.
but, like...
Yeah, I want it to jump on there so that I can, like,
Yeah.
have him... Because instructions are basically, like, follow it and also immobilize if possible.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like a spider tracer you have on it now.
Yeah.
Or just hug real good and I'll find you.
So, it's getting on there for free. No roll.
Yay! Okay.
Because of this. But it then pushes itself up and begins to run in, like, tripedal mode.
Oh, shit.
So, like, it like the arms shift a little bit,
That's a nightmare. Thanks,
and
I hate
it's
it.
starting to run like a three-legged dog.
Yep.
Kind of like it's doing this like weird loping gait, and it busts the glass at the front of this building, like just big cartoonish hole in the glass.
But pops the chains off, right? Because the door was chained shut.
Didn't even like just went right through window and
Exploded.
It's
Yeah,
a tank.
exploded the front of this. You, both of you, physically get around the corner, and you now see Crash, and you see all that stuff I described,
Yeah.
and you see Crash there, and like sparks and blood is just pouring out. Before it'll eventually stop, because there's only so much reservoir for faking an injury.
Yeah.
But
It's okay, we can refill that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, your blood levels are low. Well, let us fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to bleed to death. That's not the issue.
No.
Is Cassie going right to Crash?
That's a good question. Do I have to, is there a way to split my action between me and the mini robot, or?
If you want to immediately go to Crash and start taking actions on his behalf, your mini robot can't really do anything except be along
Yeah.
for the ride. Maybe you can use it to trace it later, or it's recording everything it's seeing.
Yeah.
So later on, you could get a log of what's happening around this robot, kind of a thing. But if you want it to take an action to like try and stop this bot in the front yard of this
Yeah.
industrial complex, that's going to be your action.
That's a hard decision. I mean, I think knowing how his actual body works and that he's not going to bleed to death, she would probably prioritize trying to salvage his future body, because we're really going to need that, especially with this one damaged. So she would probably yell to, like, what?
Nice.
Oh,
That is 100% your beer.
Except it's an IPA. Why, you guys?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Also,
it's from
yeah.
That's
Stone,
true. And it
that's-
didn't
But it's
it didn't
probably
have anything
still
about
delicious
squid on it
because
either.
it's stone, yeah.
IPAs are.
The
Are
squid
not
are not
bad.
mandatory. Yeah, I think.
That good, huh?
It was invigorating.
Okay, yeah, I gotta try and stop this thing
Okay.
from getting away.
So you're going to need to make... I think it's going to have to be a body force.
Oh, snap.
But you get your +2 from the robot.
Good.
And I'll give you one extra +1 because the robot has now fully accessed its log of how this is put together.
Okay.
So you get +3.
Okay, those did a bad. These ones did okay. I only get 3. The +3 is all I get.
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna try these ones. One!
Okay.
I got 1 success.
All right. So this little spider bot that could,
Sweet buddy.
it begins actually unscrewing a panel. Like the tips of its little spider legs spin free, and it's the best way I could describe this is like R2-D2 on that chrome ship in Phantom Menace, where
Right,
it's like
right.
out there and like things are flying by and shit's hit the fan, and R2-D's like, doo-doo-doo, I'm doing some work. It managed to get this panel off, and it reaches inside, does something. The big bot goes into like a uncontrolled tumble. Spider bot is thrown free. I'd say at this point the big bot is recovering and still moving forward, but looks drunk-ish.
I'll be the judge of that.
And right now is when Midge
Well
can
done.
pull up to give him a DUI.
Right?
So while that's going on, I'm going to run into this room and see Cassie sort of chasing after and doing the thing, and see Crash lying there, and just oh god, oh fuck, oh god, oh no, and I just go right to Crash's body, and I rip off my shirt, and I'm like putting pressure on the wound, and then just go like, it can't, no, not again, we can't, oh god, oh no, and like freaking out. And
I dig it.
at some point, it's going to occur to him that Crash has the healing factor because he's a mutant.
Not a mutant, but okay.
I know, but so he's going to grab the arm and drag it in and like try to hold it in place, like it's going to reattach. And then I got arm in one hand and pressure on the other, and I'm stopping the blood. And just not again. No, not.
Can it be that, like, when he puts his hand on and thinks he's stopping the blood, that's when the reservoir runs out?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm helping.
Beautiful.
I did it.
Well, actually, here's what I was going to say, is, like, he gets the arm, and he puts it back into place, and when the skin is close together, it begins naturally doing its polymer healing thing, and the blood does slowly stop. Like, the arm is non-functional,
right,
and it's just hanging there by skin polymers, but it's not going to fall off unless you take some big action with it.
Yeah, okay.
But it's just dead now until it has some repairs done.
Okay.
But your arm is on again.
Ish.
Yeah. I mean, it's on.
Yeah.
How fast is this drunk robot going? Okay.
Hang on one second.
When you get to me.
I want you to do a tech tinker. And you get
I'm gonna
one
roll a
die. Yeah.
Okay, let's do the actual math here. Tech Tinker would be 2 dice, but I'm at -3, so that's a die for being...
You can do it.
Oh, for a moment I thought...
So the arm's on, the hand is the wrong way. Because you just ran and grabbed it and went, and it knit itself on there as you were holding pressure. And now the hand is backwards. So he has like one thumb points
Midge is
backwards.
watching Empire, where Chewie puts back C-3PO, and he's like, my head's on backwards!
What a weird mix of movies that we're on tonight.
It's just clicking through. Like,
Oh,
just trying
yeah.
to find something.
So good.
Turn it off and back on again.
All right.
He's a Rakasha.
The drunk robot is moving along at like human running speed.
Okay.
But like smashes into a light pole and like puts a big bend in it. Like puts out an arm to stabilize itself on that bike that was there and just crushes it.
Okay. So it's not out of the parking lot yet.
No, it's right by the exit where you guys came in.
Okay. Well, somebody's got to get this body. I'm going to grab Crash's wrench and go after it.
Okay. Yeah.
So proud.
Okay. So for you, his wrench is a +1 item.
Okay. What am I rolling if I want to stalk after it and jam this wrench somewhere unpleasant that's going to
Body
make it stop
force.
moving? Okay. I get to roll 1 dice.
Is that with the +1 from his wrench? Ah, good.
Yep.
Well, wait, you get a 1 minimum and then +1 for the item, right?
This is 1 minimum.
Oh.
Let's be
I
fair.
can't do a tech tinker about this.
No, because we're trying to just. You specifically are like rage kill.
But I know where the rage kill spot is on the robot. Okay.
Give yourself an extra +1 for your knowledge.
For being a very
So
angry
you can
scientist.
have 2.
Okay.
But, I mean, like, I might give you more, but, like, you're actually rage blind.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like...
Come on, Dice, you can do it. This one fell out.
Yeah, that went out of the box and wasn't a success. So it's re-rolled.
Son of a bitch!
It is doubles, though.
Get a thread.
Yeah.
I'm willing to break my hand on this injury.
Ooh.
Can't lose my future husband's body. What am I going to do? No!
Okay. So, you run up behind this thing just to wail on it with the wrench. And you get up there and you you manage to hit it and you get the wrench sort of caught in the hatch that the spider bot opened. But it doesn't... It's like the proton torpedoes in Star Wars, right? Wasn't a clean hit. So it gets caught, and then, your momentum manages to, twist your arm back. Yeah. So I don't know if it's broken, but, you have done some severe strain to your wrist. And, your hand slips off of it, and the thing, reaches back with one arm and kind of just pushes you back. It doesn't have, you saw how hard it managed to fling him and, how big a dent it made in the machine next to him when it tried to use force earlier. This is like a person that shoved you. It's not superhuman in its power at all. But it manages to lope off into the dark.
Is your spider bot still on it?
Yeah.
No.
No, it rolled off.
It
Yeah,
came
it
off.
rolled off.
Wow.
Spiderbot did big damage.
It did big damage. But it's going to probably leave some tracks in the desert the way it's walking that we can follow. It's not going very fast. Heck.
I'm doing... because Crash is non-responsive, right?
You can become responsive anytime you want now.
Okay.
Because the scene is over.
Okay.
Now we're moving on to the next scene, which is sort of the aftermath.
So Danny is doing CPR.
It's your turn.
Yeah. it's pointless, I'm sure, but he doesn't know anything else to try and get a person moving.
I think you'd have to knock me over to do that.
Okay, right, because you're
kneeling.
Right, you're right.
Yeah. Which is fine. You can knock me over.
I think I'd probably put him down. I'm like, okay, yeah, and
So,
I'm singing "Staying Alive" because that's the right beat.
If this is okay, you push Crash over, but he his limbs, the good limbs stay locked in the same position.
Knees, okay.
So he just
My
rolled
knees
onto his
are up.
back.
Yeah.
So you're reaching sort of past his knees to do this, and you're not able to move his joints other than the floppy arm.
Right. So yes, I'm singing "Stand Alive," and I'm doing chest compressions, and I'm leaning over, and I'm breathing into his mouth.
So my left hand comes up to his arm. Robot, not mutant.
Oh God, you're alive! Oh thank God! Oh thank God! Oh! And I just sit back and fall sort of backwards on my ass. About. Oh jeez. Oh God. Oh. What is... Fuck, dude.
Did it get away?
Cassie was going after it.
What? By herself?
Yes?
I lever forward.
Now, until you kind of resolve the situation, you're not going to be able to make dice rolls.
Yeah.
But you're able to move around and speak and...
No, just stay there. I'll go find her.
Okay. Don't just I don't my forehead's on it. Yeah, I'm back onto my knees and hunched over and or this hand. Yep. Okay. How is this attached?
Just stay right there, buddy. I'll be right back.
Can I roll it? Oh, I can't roll dice. Yeah.
Cassie! Cassie, Crash is awake! And I just am kind of staggering through the broken glass and the shattered thing and out into the parking lot. I got him. I put his arm back and I did CPR, but he help.
I can fix him. I couldn't stop it. And her arm looks not good. Also, she's like holding it at a weird angle and like clutching the wrench real tight, and she's like, it went that way.
Is it the same arm? Is it also your right arm?
Yeah, she's also right-handed. Yeah. Like, it's not moving very fast. I think it's slowed down, but we're gonna have to follow it.
Oh god, okay,
Get Crash in the truck. I'm gonna run it over.
No, we gotta get you guys to a hospital.
No, we have to get the body first.
Look at your arm!
It's
you
fine. I can use the left one.
It's not...
It's just...
No, we can't... We're not leaving Crash here. We're not leaving Colin here.
No, get them in the car.
Okay. And I'm gonna stagger back to... Okay, come on.
Colin's
big guy.
already in the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Crash
he
has
just
the
went
keys,
and got back in
though.
the car and is sitting in the back seat.
Yeah.
Like the car will go and then we'll be back to real life. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Crash, are you okay?
I don't think so.
Do I see Colin in the car before I go back to where Colin was in the other room?
Like I'm just saying that to be funny.
No.
Like,
I'm willing to play along with that.
It's not going to be a mystery. Like where did Colin go? Like,
No. I don't mean that.
Yeah.
The reason I'm asking is because if I do see him in the car, my goal is to make sure that all my people are taken care of and that we are regrouped together. If I don't see Colin in the car, I'm going to go get him in the other room, but that's going to remind me that the guy's body is there, which I will have forgotten unless I actually see it in front of me. That's why I'm trying to figure out.
From where you are, I don't think you'd see the car.
Okay. So I think what I was probably doing was getting Crash back up on his feet and then moving him in that direction, probably just out to the parking lot where Cassie is so that they can go do it. And also he's got the keys. And then I'm going back for Colin. So
Okay. Well, to get him out towards the car, you'd walk right past where Colin was
Okay.
before. And right past the body.
Okay.
You know, like you're going right through that scene
right.
again.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
To get back, because you guys, like, the car's parked around back,
Gotcha. Okay.
right? I
So-
thought.
So
We
has
parked.
No, we parked out on
the
the street.
behind some bushes.
And we walked through the
that's
parking
right.
lot.
I'm sorry.
And
Okay.
that bicycle's no good.
So you probably see Colin out front then. Like, he's come out the back door, and, like, at this point, he's going towards where the car is. He's like, we should go, guys.
Okay.
Let's go get in the car. Like,
Cool. Okay, great. I just, like I said, I just wanted to see if I could loot the body, but it won't have occurred to Danny at this point.
We can come back for it. I'm gonna
Cassie
need
is not great about answering her pager on the best of days because she gets really occupied. I'm going to drive over to the lab.
Really?
That's
You
fantastic.
don't look at Danny's number and at least sigh?
Wait, do you have a...
You would absolutely know that he has a pager. He would probably have not shut up about it.
Oh, okay. I
The whole
couldn't
time.
remember. I remember she had a pager.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that you had a
Crash's
pager.
pager is new, so you
Right,
might
so
not
you
have
wouldn't
that
know that
number.
he has that
Yeah.
yet, because it happened today.
Last time that I was, like, investigating stuff, it was just with them, though. So
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if you've been filled in on, like...
Fair enough.
okay.
I just, like, mentally I have the image of you, like, looking at Danny's number, Midge looking at Danny's number and going, like... And then it, like, cuts back to another scene, like...
Yeah.
I think she would just be like, I'm not going to deal with that right now.
Sure.
I'm not going to be the one that has to fill him in. But I think she's going to go and drive over to Cassie's lab.
Well, we'll totally take care of that. Like, we've been on them for forever.
Oh, no, I'm just
no.
mentioning it.
I know, I love it. Because it made it seem like we were playing it symmetrically, time-wise, but it might not have actually been.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine with that. So, you get over to Cassie's place?
Oh, it was totally time-wise. It's just like, okay, there's clearly nothing on that I want to watch. I have flip through all of the damn channels.
Yeah. You're like, well, you know
I
what?
should drive over to Cassie's.
But you get over there, and the front door, you would see immediately, without even a roll, you'd see that there was forced entry. Like, there was signs of like a crowbar or a ram or something that hit the door jamb and knocked that door in.
Sure.
It is closed again
Yeah.
now, but at some
It's
point,
obvious.
since the last time you've been around, which wasn't very long ago.
Gun drawn, flashlight out. Gonna
Okay.
go in.
I will say, as you get close enough to the building, because this is a thing that my grandfather actually made, a large halogen light just is motion triggered and just like illuminates the area to let you know that the building is aware that you are approaching it.
Sure. Fuck, that's bright.
And hot.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the, oh!
Why?
But you get to the door, and it's not locked because that locking mechanism is just busted. So you push the door open.
Sure.
And the inside looks like a place that has been ransacked and then kind of cleaned up and left.
Well, and the door has obvious marks of being broken in,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What in the actual literal fuck? Jesus Christ. Alright. I'm gonna go find her phone, and I'm gonna page her again, and I'm gonna sigh, and I'm gonna page Danny.
So,
Page Cassie 411 411 411 911.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a telephone, so
Yeah. So is this at the? So we're in
Yeah.
real time here.
Yeah, we'll
for what's
say-
going on. Okay.
can I have your keys?
Well, sorry, what's happening?
I would like to drive the vehicle.
What? How are we set up out of character? Like, what am I looking
at this
at?
point, like, you guys are, you're like, you're just come back in. Danny is sort of standing in the busted glass, and he sees Colin that's like, we're going, let's go get in the car. And you're all like, let's go, okay.
Yeah.
And, like, he has sort of just helped you up.
Oh, okay.
You like arm over.
I want to have the brief moment where you like go to help me up, but really half my weight is 200 pounds,
Yeah. Oh.
and you're like, oh wait, what? But I am
forgot.
leaning on you, like
I forgot. Okay, we can do this.
full 50% of my body weight on, like, over your shoulders.
Come on, big guy. We got this. Okay.
Are you okay?
Stand, step. Yeah. The rest when I'm dead. Okay. Let's do it.
I can't. My arm doesn't work.
We can fix that
It's-
at the lab.
It's gonna be fine.
Everybody get in the car, I'll
We,
drive.
we got Cassie here.
I can't.
Cassie,
Keys are in my right pocket. I can't.
not with that hand. Call.
I got two.
Okay.
Colin doesn't drive.
I know that's
Yeah.
what Danny is just realizing. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, you take the.
Love it.
Okay. Cool.
Wait, which pocket?
Right front pocket.
Okay. Yep. This
Oh,
is
God.
wildly inappropriate.
Right-handed in real life, and that's where I keep my
Just-
keys. So I think that's
Me too.
Yeah.
Cassie, in the back, can you help him? And
Yep.
I'll
Okay.
take the keys. I'll drive.
Nope, I'm
That's
driving.
okay. No. Your arm
She's
is
like-
Danny. I don't
super
think
screwed up.
Danny. I don't think you should drive.
You're-
You've
have you
been-
seen her hand?
You've been drinking. Get in the back.
Danny, can you help
No,
me get in the back?
I'm
Danny,
fine. I have
Danny,
not.
Danny, I need your help.
And she
To
has
get
already
in the
fished
car.
the keys out and is getting in the driver's seat.
Okay. All right. 1, 2.
And I make sure I pull Danny into the car with me.
Okay.
We're sitting in the back together.
Yeah. It's dark, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to follow the robot tracks into the desert with the car.
Okay. So,
Now, has your pager gone off in the fiction
She's
several
ignoring
times?
it.
Multiple
Okay.
and now
times.
yours
Okay.
has gone off.
And then mine starts probably playing Bad Boys or something.
Do they play music at this point?
I don't know.
Yeah,
but
I don't
it's
remember that.
technologically advanced.
Yeah, you know what? I'm
So it
fine
has
with
like
that.
a little MIDI clip that just does
Yeah,
the...
you can get like 5-second MIDI
Yeah,
ringtone, and you can load one on at a time.
yeah. So probably not. But anyway, it amused me. Okay. Okay, fuck. Guys, it's Midge.
Oh yeah, she paged me a little while ago.
What, you didn't...
Is there something I
okay.
need to roll to follow?
You're going to need to, yes.
We gotta find a phone.
As soon as we get to a phone, we can call her.
So,
Okay.
the first thing you're going to need to do
Yeah.
is make a body move
Okay.
to drive the car. Especially because you're not an experienced driver, you're a bicyclist.
Mm-hmm. We get to roll 1 dice.
And then there'll be a second roll that you're going to need to make to try and follow tracks in the dark.
Nope.
Okay. So, like, you get in, and you get the car started with your left hand, like awkward, like reach underneath.
Oh yeah.
And then you get it into gear.
I think it's not stick.
Colin, shift it!
Oh yeah, Colin's in the front seat. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, are you okay to drive? And you're just in this rage headspace.
It's fine.
Everything's fine. Just shut up. We're going. And you accelerate. But you have neglected to turn on the headlights.
That sounds right.
So you manage to kind of the front left tire goes up the planter that was sort of in front of this place.
Yep.
And then comes down the other side, but it sort of high centers.
Is this my Jeep?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Sorry.
Sort of high centers the Jeep a little bit, so you're kind of stuck there until somebody gets out and like pushes a little bit, like even just applies a little bit of pressure so that the front tire catches again and can pull you up. It's a 4x4.
Yeah.
So you just need a little bit of assistance to get it going
Well,
again.
yeah, Cassie, you...
And those of you in the car, it was
Well, I think my arm rips off.
No,
It was just the polymer flesh, right?
Yeah, it is,
It's
yeah.
not
Yeah,
bleeding
that
anymore,
job
but
was
it's just
pretty
like
It is.
it was just dangling. It's a heavy piece of metal.
So in the back seat, you hear
On the floor. Danny,
Cassie, stop the car! Hold on!
Maybe it's
It
fine.
stopped. We're gonna.
Crash needs you. Hold on. I'll drive. You help Crash.
You get out and
Go.
push.
Here's let's
Danny.
do the swap, and I'm
Danny.
sort of half crawling through the the middle of the seats.
okay.
She's not moving.
Danny, push the car up.
The car.
Oh, wait, hold on. You're halfway through the seats?
Yeah,
I'm gonna get out of the car.
like
Are you gonna push?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
you're, like anything you try and do is going to be automatic failure.
I understand that as the player. But Crash is like, we're gonna move the car, and he like tumbles out of the car and is like going behind the car and has his back against the car and is like,
Wait, what are you? Oh God!
he's stuck halfway.
You have to push.
Squishing back out the other side to get out the door. Let's try and get Crash back in.
You get to the back, and Crash is sitting there, like arms completely gone, just pushing.
I mean, it's on the floor in the back seat.
Yes.
We got it. It's fine.
That's where it belongs.
And like he's leaning against the car, but it's really more like he's leaning against the car, and it's not
I'm doing
pushing it.
It's going. It's gonna go. Here we
No,
go.
And like, I feel like Cassie is just
yeah, hold
revving
on.
the
We
engine
just
and
need
spinning
a
the
little-
tires.
On three.
You just
okay?
need a little bit of help here, and
No,
then
it's
we
1,
gotta
2,
get you
3,
back on
then
there.
push.
Yes, got it.
Okay,
let's-
1, 2, 3.
So, you know what? I'll let you give an assist.
Okay, what? As I fall backwards.
Yeah.
Is this
Beautiful.
body move?
Body force.
Body force. Okay. So
And
that
you get plus
would
one
be
from Crash.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus 1, 2, 3 plus 1 from Crash.
Yep, that did it. That's 3 successes.
You know what? I am
Dave, you close your
effing
eyes.
exhausted.
Yeah.
Look away.
Now who's doing a murder, Dave?
You look away.
Oh!
Okay.
The whole time, Colin is just looking at the arm in the backseat. Like, what the actual fuck? So he starts screaming. They're out back, and you're just like, you're like Cruella de Vil.
Like, gotta murder those puppies.
So I give it my all, and it's push, 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 and then I am just gassed, and I just sink to the floor, and I think like the two of us are just sitting on the concrete with our backs on the bumper of the truck of the thing that's
and
just
you're only
sitting there.
illuminated by the running lights of the car,
Right.
so it's like bright red light. Yeah.
Well,
So, okay.
beautiful.
The options available to you at this point are you're not like it's going to take you a chunk of time to free the car at this point. You'll be able to get it off because it's not wrecked or ruined or anything. It's just stuck. So it's going to be a few minutes to just slowly kind of rock it back and forth until it catches and you can kind of get it off of there without any further rolls.
Eventually, it's going to occur to either Cassie or Crash to use his arm as a lever.
No, that's not how those work. While they're trying to free the truck because it's clearly going so well, she's like, I got a minute. I think she's going to go back into the facility and start loading the prototype limbs that the robot didn't steal and put on that body into the truck. Because at least we can take those, and then I just have to make a torso.
Okay. So, you are back at the crime scene.
Yep.
And you are stealing evidence.
It's my evidence!
I don't think that's usually how that works, but cool. And you managed to get that loaded up, no problem. Is there anything else you want to do in there other than get those pieces?
Yeah. I would like to steal this dead body and all...
Okay. Wasn't expecting that, but all right.
I'm not sure why you weren't expecting that from me.
Well, I mean,
It's very on brand.
but in this game, it's
true.
a physically dead body. Like it's
Well,
not,
is it a human body?
Yeah, as far as you
Yeah.
can tell, and it looks like it's got a broken leg now.
I thought maybe it was part robot.
I thought so too, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to dissect it, you'll know more, but it appears to be fleshy.
I'm not going to dissect it here.
Like,
This is
my leg
privacy.
wouldn't break like that.
No, that's true. Your leg wouldn't break like that. So it looks human and non-functional then.
Yes,
Okay.
and it feels cooler now.
Gross. I do want to take a look at the colander hat situation then,
Okay.
I think. Fine, I won't steal a dead body if it's just a human body.
Here's the question.
It's no use. It's just meat.
And this is a character question for you.
Okay.
No rolls or anything. Would your parents have shared with you the tech about transference?
I think at some point, because we had set this as canon at one point, we figured out we couldn't make a new brain for me, because if we did that, it would reset a bunch of stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I have the same brain they made for me originally. I've just been upgrading body parts.
Right.
And so I think I did learn a lot about that, because they were like, okay, this is the challenge, and then I worked on it with them when I was older, and we couldn't figure out a way to re-transfer me, and so that was...
Cool. would you have shared that stuff with Cassie?
Yeah, I think ultimately, because we've been totally collaborating on the body.
That's totally
Yeah,
fine.
that makes sense.
Because it wasn't, we were going to move my brain into that, not transfer it into a, because I don't think we knew how to do that.
So, it looks very similar to, like, a homemade version of the thing that they used the first time.
Okay.
When they took biological Crash and transferred him into the machine.
Okay.
Like, the wiring looks the same, kind of.
So this is a full-on human dude that tried to put himself in the body I built. With just inappropriate arms and limbs. Okay.
Why would he take the arms and legs off?
These are perfectly good. These are better than the
Big, dumb arms and legs.
honking weird legs they put on it.
Guys, are we going to be here a while? Because Midge is going to get pissed if we don't give her a call.
Yeah. Well, we can't call her from here. There's a dead guy in there.
But maybe we should.
Does the phone have dial tone here? Is there a phone?
You can go into the office area and find a phone.
Okay. So is
Roll
there...
a 1d6. High, it has a dial tone.
No, it's a 3. So no dial tone, there's no thing. Well...
Oh, there could be a highway phone. Right? You said we were kind of out on the highway?
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody wants to go look around for one, you could probably find something. I'm down with that.
Well, I mean, it's just getting away.
I don't think
At
we
this
can
point-
catch it at this point.
At this point, catching it seems highly unlikely.
Yeah.
You might be able to follow the tracks that it left and stuff, like in the sunlight.
Yeah. In the
Maybe
darkness.
we should regroup at the lab and see what we can do.
I mean, at least we got your limbs back.
Do you have any blankets or emergency supplies in your...
For what?
Well, Cassie probably needs some sleep.
Oh, well, we should go to the lab.
I don't know why that's funny.
I don't either.
I
I had a
apologize.
whole nap.
When I walked in, okay, so we moved on. I was still in the previous scene.
Oh no,
here.
we're at the.
No, yeah, you're
Okay,
still
we're
at
still at the
the
facility.
Yeah.
At the
We're
thing.
at the facility. We're just like
Yeah.
out of the Jeep at this point. I mean,
Oh, I just
assume-
figured you were having like a stress meltdown.
Yes, that's exactly
Yeah,
what,
that's
what
what
I
I
was
was
getting,
which is
yeah.
why he's...
that came through perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She just doesn't understand it.
Right. What he really means is I need like, we're going to have to
Yeah.
sleep here because something's going on.
No, we're
but
going to
I'm
the
trying
lab.
reach
We
the-
can't sleep here. There's a dead guy.
Okay. How are we going to get to the lab?
We'll free the car. Just
Yeah.
give it a push.
Let's get Danny. Can you look at that big? Take that big pry bar
Sure.
and put
Okay.
it under there
Uh-huh.
and lift. I can't.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, you can't. You can do it. I believe in you.
At this
Sure.
point, like, Colin is like, come on, we got to get out of
Yeah.
here. Like, he's helping to.
that's true. This
Yeah.
feeds right into Colin's panic. Yeah, great. Of course, yeah, pry bar. Let's do it. Okay. Chunk it in where I'm being told, and I push.
And you manage to dislodge the car after a couple of minutes of pushing and pulling and.
Okay.
Low power still feels like sleepiness, which is weird.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
unnecessary.
We could fix that in the next round.
Like
Yeah, you guys should talk about it. Are the keys in the engine? Or the keys
Probably.
in the...
I don't
I
think she
think the
took
car
them.
was running.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. All right, everybody, hop in. Let's head back to the lab. And if we find a phone, we gotta figure out what we're gonna tell Midge. So, anyone want to talk about that?
we should probably just tell her what happened.
Yeah, they broke into my lab and stole Crash's body. We tried to get it back, and it tried to murder us.
Yep.
It does not take you long to get to a call box
Okay.
if you want to stop and make a call back.
Oh, you gathered up my arms and legs from the thing,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the trunk.
Yeah.
Okay, so while we were doing all of that, was the body, the human body, was that the green-eyed dude? Or is it
Yes.
Okay, it was definitely the green-eyed dude. Was his bag of stuff around? His monitoring device?
Nobody asked me anything
Okay.
about that.
That's true.
I
Yeah.
gave you some ideas of things you saw.
I thought of it. I decided not to say
Okay.
anything because I
Yeah.
don't think I was in a condition in character to say anything
Okay.
about that.
There was a lot of stuff there that nobody looked at.
Yep. So I was not in a condition to do
Okay,
that.
yeah, and I don't think,
Which is
honestly,
great.
Danny
I mean,
would
I like
be
how that
either.
scene played out for
Uh-huh.
sure.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah, I
But-
think Cassie was very focused on getting Crash's body back, so
Yeah.
other than that.
Yeah. So-
Okay. Now, Nick, is under the impression that the call boxes that you see on the highway can only be accessed if you are, like, highway patrol. Like
No.
a regular standard person.
You can go up there. You can't just call anybody you damn well please.
Right.
So you couldn't call direct, but basically you'll end up getting connected to like a emergency operator, who then can connect you to like a tow company or call for an ambulance or call the police or whatever. You may be able to talk them into, hey, call Detective Sergeant.
Although the number I would have paged them from last would have been Cassie's.
Sure, but
The
you
calls
have
are coming from inside
You
the
have,
lab.
you have
Yeah.
the cruiser and your radio,
That's true.
so they would be able to get a hold of you.
Oh, if you paged me from Cassie's number.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, then we would probably
So-
just go to the lab.
Right, so I would be like, someone's calling me from your house. From your
Call
lab.
is coming from inside
the
the
lab. Yeah, so cheese it to the lab then.
Okay. Then, yeah, we'll drive to the lab.
Okay. You get to the lab. As soon as you're getting out of the car, Cassie, you see the tiny little LEDs in the upstairs window that you rigged up as part of your security system. Mm-hmm. They're blinking, saying there has been an intruder.
Good job.
So you assume if it's Midge that's inside, there's plenty of footage of her getting into the place and going over and calling for you.
Do I hear a car rolling up?
Yeah, you.
I mean, I'm going to come out, and, it's going to be like the gun flashlight combo. And I'm going to see them.
And there's just a bunch of your bedraggled ass friends.
I'm not getting out of the car until I know it's just Midge.
Yeah.
So I'm like kind of sunk down in the back.
All right.
I have my arm like
You're just holding it in place.
yeah.
All right, I have 3 questions. What the fuck?
Honestly, same. Some asshole ransacked my lab, stole a prototype robot, points at Crash, and fucking tried to murder us.
And nobody thought to call the cops. And specifically, me?
I mean,
Dan just points at Cassie.
we can't have the cops knowing about the robot body, and we thought you should have plausible deniability. Never mind this. It's attached.
My 3 questions still stand.
Let's talk about this in the lab, not in the street.
Is anybody else here?
No.
Okay. Nope, it's not attached.
We should also grab the rest of your limbs.
Yeah.
And Peter's still alive.
I'm gonna go lay down.
Horrible Peter?
Yeah.
He's the were-squatch!
I go in and just like face plant.
No, where Squatch?
You don't know
There
that.
definitely is.
Can we not, let's go into the lab and have a goddamn conversation.
Sure. We can have a conversation about where the rogue robot got to, and we should go get him in the morning.
I'm just on the like gurney bed.
And what's
Well-
wrong with your arm?
I got it stuck in a robot trying to immobilize it. Turns out, this wrench is a lot harder to wield than Crash makes it look.
It's pretty heavy.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, not the weirdest sentence I've heard from you, but, like, high in the echelons there.
Yeah. It's been a weird day.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
Did you get hurt?
It's fine. I got 2 arms.
But you've only got 2.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not broken, I don't think.
I think I'm like speaking
Crash.
from being face down on the gurney. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's fine.
Crash,
Trying to
you gotta talk to her, man. Her whole hand is... It looks like a great football, man.
You just, out of character, you just have the whole warehouse. You don't have, like, a homestead-looking area?
No, like there's upstairs, there's kind of like a loft that's like a sleeping bedroom.
Like
kind
a
of
cot.
I'm
Yeah.
calling someone to look at that arm.
Yeah. And there's kind of some sort of a
Gonna
kitchen.
put some ice on it. It's fine. We can't have people in here. Look at it.
I'm not inviting them to the lab.
Like, at this point, with the aside from Crash and his arm off,
Yeah.
like if he made it to like the basement,
Yeah.
you could have people come in here and it wouldn't be that weird.
Yeah.
I also just don't want people in here.
I mean, that's your choice in character,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, like, what's left in your place looks kind of messy, but it's nothing incriminating or weird or super
Yeah.
advanced.
So I said, from my spot, like, Cassie, you should go to urgent care.
I can bring someone
Second.
here. I can bring someone here. We'll go upstairs.
I'll
That
go-
arm's going to get looked at.
I should go down. They have to come through here.
Yeah.
Well, then you go downstairs.
Okay.
Because obviously there's a difference between repairs in
And
this
I, like,
situation.
roll off the like a dunk. Where'd my arm go?
I got it right here.
I'm
Come
going
on.
downstairs.
Come on. Yeah, I'll help you. Cassie, do you have anything to drink in here?
Yeah, look at my bottom right-hand drawer of my desk.
Great. So I'm...
I s-
Danny has a bottle in one hand, an arm in the other, and is like leaning up on Crash, helping him go downstairs.
That sounds
I'm
perfect.
going to find Victoria's charger.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
You have a
Probably
charger
need
here. It's
Oh,
even yours.
yeah, I'm sure I did, yeah.
I'm going to make a late evening favor call to someone I know is off duty from the ER.
Okay.
Because I imagine I keep pretty good track of like who's on and off.
Make like a heart contact.
Let's see, heart is 4 and contact is 2. That would be 2 successes.
Oh, okay.
Wow, what's it like to roll with all the dice that you get?
Could not be just broken.
It's been so
forever.
long, I've forgotten.
Oh my god.
It's been a session.
It's been 2. I took upset for a while.
Oh.
Good job, Skull Buddies.
All right. So you get a hold of
guys.
somebody. You can pick whoever you'd like. Is it a doctor? Is it a nurse? Is it an EMT?
It's a doctor.
Okay.
Johan.
Johan, the doctor. Dr. Johan.
Yes.
And he's happy to come over. With your second success, you can pick. They have all the right tools. They can heal a condition.
Okay.
They can bring more people, also ready to help. You don't have to roll to get in contact with them again during this mystery. They have important information, or you can use this contact once like an item with a +1 to a future roll related to doctoring.
I'm torn. I want them to come with new information, but I also really want to clear up a condition because she's got a lot of conditions. So I'm gonna use it to clear up a condition.
So it's like 15 minutes, and
Okay.
Dr. Johan comes in, like full on like 1950s black bag. Like you're like, doctors still have these? Is that a thing? But comes in, manages to like give you a painkiller shot in the arm and splint up your wrist. Writes out a prescription for some anti-inflammatory stuff and some painkillers.
Okay.
So not broken.
No, it's not broken, but it's like hurt.
Yeah.
So if you're making something physical roll with your right arm for a little while, it's going to be
Okay.
a -1.
Gotcha.
But you can clear you can unmark injured. Mm-hmm. You can unmark an extra condition from the fact that she spent that extra.
Okay, so unmarked 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he gave prescriptions.
Yeah. At this hour, you're going to have to wait till morning to fill them.
Probably.
That's fine.
But I was just thinking,
Unless
to
we
save,
break into the drugstore. Right.
just to save some havoc and knowing them and the likelihood of actually going to the drugstore, I'm going to call Marge
Oh, okay.
and ask if she can do me a solid and just drop them by
Sure.
Cassie's place. Just leave them in the mailbox
Okay.
in the morning, obviously.
Yeah. She's like, you would have thought that she'd be asleep by now, but when she picks up the phone, you hear talking, like behind her. And she's
Yeah,
like,
like-
oh yeah, like she seems wide awake.
She's a fucking party animal.
Russian spy.
She's the mole.
You're the worst.
I'm gonna log that information away for later.
Yeah, Midge will remember this.
Mitch will remember this. But I'm just happy for the assistance knowing that
Yeah.
the prescription needs to get filled and
She's like, oh, for your little neighbor friend.
yeah. She got in a bit of a scrape, fell out of a tree.
Sounds like Cassie.
She was doing some kind of experiment. It's
25
fine.
years old. Fell out.
Fell out of a tree.
You remember that neighborhood cat I was trying to get? She tried to help, and it just
Oh, yeah, okay. No problem. Yeah, in the morning I'll pick up the prescriptions from you and then go fill them.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I just want to make sure she's taken care of.
Yeah, absolutely. I get it. So you have a good night.
You too. I say it that way too. It's like the inflection on it.
Everybody remembers Thirsty Marge. What Marge does off camera, no one knows.
Only we know on Happy Jacks.
Join us for Marge's Key Party.
Wow.
That's when more of the table is out. I can't come and play. We'll just
There's gotta be an indie RPG that's just a party.
instead of the beach episode, it's
Yeah,
Marge's
fiasco
Key
game.
Party.
One last party.
Yeah, it's gotta be something like that. I'm gonna start searching the depths of itch.io to look for weird, just make a social gathering RPG.
Talk to Hivemind.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Hive probably has
Okay,
something,
only
yeah.
nerds would come up with a fucking party game, like how to be at an actual party with other
simulate
people.
a party.
I love it.
with your friends instead of having a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll to socialize.
The RPG. Oh my god. Please make a shirt that says roll to socialize. I'm just saying it right now.
You got
Yep.
it.
Because I will buy the shit out of that
We'll wear that
shirt.
to parties, yes. Okay.
All right.
Have a D20 with a 1 on it.
Okay.
So that's taken care of.
Yep.
Dr. Johan goes off. Dr. Johan, an old guy, young guy?
I think he's like sort of middle aged. Okay. I think he's one of those that's like he hates himself for it, but he got the car, the middle age crisis car.
Oh, yeah.
Red sports car?
Yeah, he kind of feels bad about it now, but damn,
You know
it
what?
feels good to drive.
You know what? I think he actually drives a legit, oh, shit. I want to get it right. Hold on. I'll tell you what it is in a minute.
In the meantime, feeling better?
No.
Cool.
She's just like, you've never seen Cassie look this crushed. And like I don't think you've ever seen her cry and just like, vision ports are leaking liquid. Malfunction is happening. She's like,
God,
it got away. I couldn't stop it, and it got away with Crash's body. I don't know what we're gonna do, Midge. And Victoria's gone. They stole her. What if they send her back to Russia?
We're gonna find them. We're gonna find the body. We're gonna find Victoria. This isn't a failing on your part.
They stole all my research. Whoever they are, they know everything about how Crash is built. It puts him in danger.
Well,
I still don't know who it is either.
the good news is, despite overwhelmingly bad news, I have more resources than maybe you think.
Yeah, but it puts you in danger because...
This is... Okay, I hate to say this personally, but being in danger is kind of my job now. You realize that, right?
Well, yeah, but, like... You could get in serious trouble for helping us. There's a dead guy.
That's information I needed to know. Did
I
you make them dead?
No.
No.
I'm not there, sorry.
Yeah. I'm biting my tongue.
If you didn't make them dead, you didn't. Then that's not something you can be held against you.
It's difficult to explain for legal purposes.
Okay, I'm a cop, not a lawyer. Like, let them figure out that bullshit if it ever comes to it, but hopefully it's not going to come to that in the first
No,
place.
it's just going to look real bad. Do you remember the facility that we freed the robots from?
Gee, it's hard to forget.
Yep, the dead guy's in there.
The site of Waffle Sticky Run.
Yeah.
Okay.
We tracked Crash's body with a really brilliant rudimentary oscilloscope.
A what?
And it led us there, and there was a guy with a weird colander hat on, and I asked my little mini robot to knock his hat off, and he just fell over dead. But then his consciousness was in fucking Crash's prototype body, and it attacked us and did a fuck ton of damage. And I couldn't stop it from getting away. It loped off into the fucking desert.
It's not the first time we've tracked robots.
It's moving pretty slow. And leaving some big tracks. It should be
Okay,
easy to
here's what I need. I need an anonymous call to come in about the body. Because that's going to put more eyes on this. And there's going to be people looking for things.
There's going to be a lot of fingerprints in there.
That's not helpful. But does anybody here actually have a record where your fingerprints are on file right now?
Oh.
I don't think I have fingerprints.
Would you get fingerprinted for... No, you wouldn't get fingerprinted for Space Camp, would you?
Here's the real question.
I don't know if you're going to need a criminal database for it.
Did any of your parents have you fingerprinted as a child
in
because
the
of the
80s.
great scare of the 80s?
I was as a human boy,
Yes.
but I don't think I have fingerprints anymore. That's really hard to get on a...
It's very Westworld of you. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
I don't think Cassie's parents would.
Okay. I mean, it's an honest character question. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, Jackson
Probably
Clay
no.
has fingerprints on file, but I don't have them. So...
Danny would be the real question.
Yeah, I don't picture his parents as being high-strung enough to have bought into the panic part of it. But I could see maybe they bought into the whole preventative kidnapping aspect of it.
Okay.
But I'm also wondering if he ran into any trouble and was maybe actually,
Arrested at some point.
Or in L.A.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
in L.A.
They have the best fingerprint ink in
That's very much up to you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide on that. And also, would Colin have gotten fingerprinted for working at the library?
Probably not.
Okay.
Not at this point, I don't think.
It's not a super secure
well,
library, yeah.
Librarians today do get fingerprinted.
Today.
Today,
it's
the
like
90s, though.
Full-on government job.
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
If you're out there in the internet and you want to send us a message,
I feel like there would be some weirdness in Boulder City specifically around that because there's such a
Because of the
secretiveness
the
to
loop,
it,
maybe.
and that maybe there's.
Colin didn't touch a lot of stuff in there, though.
I know. I was thinking
He
Colin
didn't,
Colin
yeah.
might be fine.
Oh yeah, he didn't actually touch it. I opened the door.
Right, he
like,
just stood there.
hid behind a post, which is the smartest thing anyone
yeah.
could have done.
I mean,
came
how
out
much
of there
stuff got really touched
best
wherein
Colin.
you're going to get a clear fingerprint transfer from it?
Probably not a
Yeah.
lot, but Cassie's just like, we were in there doing stuff and we touched things, so.
I touched everything.
I'm going to evens. Danny's prints are not on file. Odds they are somewhere for one of the
Okay.
reasons that we talked about. So they are on file somewhere, and we can figure out if that's a complication.
Yeah, and you're not there for the conversation
Right,
either,
right.
so.
Yeah.
We're just giving Dave ammunition.
But if we call it in, then it's on the books, and we can start having people digging around. Because I think this is a bigger issue, and we're going to need some resources behind us. I can call in individuals, but the more eyes we have searching,
Am I gonna get it back if they find it?
if it's your property,
Oh, it is. I have all the schematics.
then it's your property. And hopefully I will, because of the position I'm in, I'm going to be able to jump on any of the details that come up before anybody else is. They're going to have to report stuff into me. Which, yeah, it's not great for my job, not great for my reputation, but at the same time, you had property stolen, and we should try and reclaim it. And I know Crash's situation, and that is important to me.
Yeah, they can't find out.
I understand.
It would ruin everything for him.
I know.
He deserves a normal life.
I agree.
Okay.
I just can't activate the people that I have at my disposal without something triggering that. I can't be the one to call in and be like, so happened by this factory and there was a dead body in there, so just FYI, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
All right.
I want to help. This is the best way I know how.
Do I need to make a report about the break-in here? I really don't want people crawling all over the lab, finding stuff they shouldn't. I've been hiding a rogue robot
there
in my basement for
evidence of that?
months. I could probably try and hide it, but yes.
Let's just call in the dead body then.
Okay.
We'll ignore the break-in for now.
Okay.
Why don't you make a mind comprehend roll?
Okay. Mind comprehend.
And while you're looking that up, it's a Ferrari F355.
Well, I was going to guess Ferrari, but I think I know which one you're talking about. One hundo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is that from Miami Vice?
No, this is 1994.
Oh, 94, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the car they had in Miami Vice?
Was it the Testarossa?
Yep.
She doesn't comprehend shit right now.
Evil. Or not evil, that's the problem.
Yeah. Not evil enough.
Okay.
She's got nothing.
Why don't you do the same, actually? A mind comprehend.
One success.
Okay.
Oh, I love you, Skull Dice, so much.
They're adorable, too.
And like little deaths. Sweet little buddies.
You might want to go by and check out the scene before you call it in.
Fair enough.
Just saying.
Okay. I'm going to go take a look. And I will page you about calling it in.
Do you want somebody to go with you?
It's fine. You all need to rest up and deal with this. I will go and have a look.
I mean,
You're in no condition to go.
it's just an arm. It's fine. I could walk you through what happened, and
Alright. Tell the others and come meet me at the cruiser.
okay. Alright, and I'll head downstairs and
Okay.
see how they're doing.
Downstairs, if you want to try and make a heart lead
All right.
roll, you can help Crash recover a condition so he's not without his faculties.
And I'm at penalties for my own conditions on that.
Yeah, you still are at all your penalties.
We need a clubhouse.
You have one.
Do we?
I legit gave you a clubhouse at the very beginning of this game.
Yeah, we could go back to
I'm a
the actual
dummy.
clubhouse.
It's cool.
Actually, on second thought, I'm going to come downstairs with you and talk to the guys.
So I did not succeed there. I'm half tempted the way that Danny's been breaking down this episode
Uh-oh.
to go all the way into broken
Okay.
on this.
That's a good, yeah. It makes sense.
'Cause it could be-
has
I'm not
been-
saying you should,
No,
but
no,
like,
I know.
it
But
would,
it has been a hell of
I
a
can
night.
see how you would get there.
Well, and
Yeah.
also, he took my bottle of whiskey down to the basement with him.
It's true. I'm also right into that.
I will consider that your iconic item is refilled.
Yes, that's what I was going to say too. Also.
Can I have some of that?
Yeah, you bet. Oops. Nope, still nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to come down because I did take lead this time, partially for this
For
reason. You guys look like shit.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I'm like,
sure do.
I'm like magnetized to the. I don't think this is like a nice charger, right? It's like just like stuck to the wall, halfway down the wall.
And she's going to see the bottle in Danny's hands.
Uh-oh.
Can I
Come
roll
on
heart
down,
turn?
join the party. You
Heart
want to
lead.
snort?
Heart lead, I meant. Sorry.
Come on.
So, who are you aimed at first? Oh, well.
Well, I've got 3 successes.
Oh, shit. Let's see.
I was aimed at Danny.
Okay. Wow. You can recover condition of your choice.
Well, that
With your
actually.
2 additional successes, you may heal an additional condition on your target. You may heal one of your own conditions if you have any.
I don't.
You can make a plan to help your friends in future trouble.
I'm going to make a plan to help my friends in future trouble because I'm going to try and help Crash if I can as well.
Okay. So the way that's going to work is
So, but I get, since I got 2, I get 2 of those, or no?
you can pick 2 of those, yeah.
All right,
Or if you take both of your successes, here's what could happen.
Okay.
So with the one success into that future plan, you make a dice pool of 2 extra dice that will just help them in general dealing with the situation in the future. And
Okay.
those 2 dice are just going to sit there waiting for them to come up with a narrative reason to use them.
Okay.
With 2 successes, that pool is 4 dice
Okay.
towards the future.
I'm going to clear up a condition for Danny.
You got 1 automatically.
So I got that. I'm going to clear up a secondary condition for you.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the dice pool of 2 for a crash.
Okay.
Now, I have a question here.
Mhm.
In order for that last reroll, I did mark into broken and scarred.
We'll take care of the scars in a second.
Okay.
But you can... Your first one that has to come off has to be the broken one.
Okay.
You'll still keep a scar, and we'll talk about how that works in just a minute. And then with your second condition clear, you can pick whichever one.
Okay. Because I was actually sort of envisioning, having gone to that point, that Danny, like, if I'm, like, out of the scene for a while and not able to connect, that he has just completely indulged in getting shit-faced drunk
And that's
on there.
and that's fine. Like, narratively, you're not going to participate in the next little bit.
Okay.
Going to broken, that's what you're supposed to be out of the scene, but we're in a resting up, recuperation, sort of everyday life scene now. So, like, you're just out of it. You're not going to be able to participate in the next step.
I have a thought then.
Uh-huh.
But it's better if we play it out. Because if Danny is shit-faced when Midge
Yeah,
comes
I
out.
was just having trouble trying to
Yeah.
reconcile you.
Here,
helping
I
Danny
have
with
an
that
idea, so
on there.
let's
Okay.
roll with me if you would.
Hey, come on down to the party. we knocked around, but we're still here. Come on, have a drink with me. Crash can't get drunk.
We're gonna put the bottle down now, Danny. And
Okay.
Crash, you don't need the bottle.
That wouldn't hurt.
Wouldn't help either.
True.
Except it's friendly, it's sociable.
Danny.
He's been my
Danny.
pal. He's
Danny,
yeah.
put the bottle down.
Okay, why?
Really?
If you haven't had the day that I've had,
I've had a lot of days with a lot of things. There's a line.
all right, fine. I'll put the bottle down.
Yeah? And she's going to go ahead and grab your arm and twist it towards like a desk or something heavy, and she's going to handcuff you to it.
I mean, kind of hot, but okay.
You're going to sit here until you
Hey,
get
hey,
breath.
hey! I'm the only one with 2 arms left here. Careful.
Not anymore, lol.
Right arms are right out.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm
Yeah.
drunk.
Nope.
Hey, what the fuck? What are you doing?
Your ass needs to sober up.
I can't fucking. Unlock. Okay, unlock this. This
Crash.
is fun.
I didn't say anything.
You two are going to
You want
sit
arm
here.
wrestle about it? Come on.
You two are going to sit here. You're going to sober up.
I have a cascading power failure that won't stop until the circuit's repaired.
That's great. That sounds awesome. You're going to sit on your charger. Cassie and I are going to go to the scene, and we're going to try and clean up this fucking mess.
Yeah, I can't. What you said.
Sit on the charger.
I can't get off of the charger because if I do, I will continue to discharge my battery
Okay. That
into
sounds...
a bad.
I totally understand it. I follow everything you say. You sit on the charger, and you watch Danny. Danny's going to sober up.
What do you do? You can't leave me here like this. I gotta take a piss.
Oh
That's
no!
very sad for you.
I don't know how to turn off my sensory organs.
Oh no.
Midge, let me. Come on. I'm fine. I'm not going anywhere.
Why am I being
No,
punished?
you're not.
What did I do?
You guys are going to sit here, and you're going to think long and hard about everything that's occurred to this point. Cassie and I are going to check out the scene so that I can hopefully get back up to help track down your body
It's not my fault it's gone.
No, but I'm going to get some help for it.
This is bullshit. You can't leave us here, and I'm just, like, yanking at the...
You know what? It is
at the chain.
bullshit, and I am going to leave you here. Cassie, let's get in the cruiser.
Why am I in trouble?
Because you're always in trouble, Crash.
She just, like, comes up and gives you a hug, and you can tell she's been, like, actively crying.
Yeah, get the...
She's like, I'll fix your arm when I get back.
I think I'm going to shut down for a while.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah. Okay.
This... I can't fucking believe this. Really? Really? This is the kind of thanks I get after
Just
all
gonna
of this?
fucking leave.
Yeah, I know. The tirade, though, is going to go.
Cassie leaves the room, and then you see her open the door up, and she just, like, kind of shuffles in and hands you a bucket, and then leaves again.
Let's go give me the bucket.
I thought this was going to go, this is fucking embarrassing, and kick the wastebasket at you.
And then she just, like, breaks out of there.
I think you two hear, the last is like, maybe we should both shut down for a while.
I think that's a pretty good fade out.
All right. So real quick, I want to deal with the scar thing. So on your sheet, you'll see you have a area for scars.
Yep.
What happens is you can write a sentence that is what this scar means to you. Like, what happened that caused you this issue. So some of the examples they have are like, I almost drowned, or I lost 3 fingers on my left hand, or life feels empty and meaningless.
Okay.
That sounds like a scar from Midge.
Yeah.
So what happens is you just have that scar. It's part of you. And in the future, if you feel like you're in a situation where you could overcome that scar, like, well, whatever you pick, you know, if you pick something about, like, I almost drowned, and in the future you have to swim out into the lake and save Cassie, right? You overcome that scar, you can actually mark it and get an automatic success.
Okay.
And that's, you've, like, accepted that situation. It no longer troubles you. It's no longer an issue. You've overcome that scar. What happens here is every scar you have after number 1 is free, but from now on, if you gain a second scar, you have to make a roll. And you have to roll higher than the number of scars you have. If you roll under, you die.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
Okay.
So you can ponder what you want to do for your scar.
So if you have
sentence.
2 scars and roll a 2, that's okay.
Yes.
You have to roll under. That's why if you have 1, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You can't roll under. Okay.
Yep.
Next.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys think about your scars. You can write your sentences. Cool. We'll go back to you guys.
Out to the warehouse, huh?
Yeah.
Alright.
Should be empty,
That would be nice.
except for the dead guy.
That's less nice.
Yep.
Alright.
I mean, the good news is it was that fucking weirdo green-eyed guy that was lurking about town.
How is that the good news?
Well, he was nefarious, and now he's dead. Ish.
Sure. Cool. That sounds about right.
We were right about him. I don't know. I'm just trying to find literally any sort of silver lining into this whole horrific fucking day.
Let's just get out there.
Okay. You guys head out there without incident, unless there's anywhere else you want to stop on the way or
No.
accomplish anything else.
I just want to get out there and investigate.
Check. You get back out there. The scene is much as you left it. The side of the building is busted out. There's glass spread out into the parking lot. Going inside the building, there's, it's like a 10-foot long bed, for lack of a better term, but it's
I've
not
got like
cushiony,
gun and
yeah.
flashlight again
Sure.
as we go in.
And it's got this box at the head of the bed, and the cable runs off to the colander on the floor. There's, on the other side of the bed, now that you're actually looking around, there's like several computer mainframey looking things that are all plugged in. And there's on that bulletin board kind of a thing, there's basically like somebody started with the event of 1982 when you freed the robots from this place, and like investigated and figured out like there was some kind of, for lack of a better term, anomalous reading on some of their science equipment. And they managed to use that to create this device, and they've been searching all over for years. Like, this person is, something's wrong with them. Like, it's an obsession to be like, something came in here, I don't know if it was a government agent, something with tech we don't have, and ruined our business. Like, you know, there's like handwritten notes like, was it a competing robotics company? Did they bring a virus? What, you know, like, there's all kinds of theories written on this board and tacked up on little note cards and that kind of stuff. But eventually it leads to, I've refined the signal. Am I?
No.
Oh.
Sorry, just my...
No. I just glanced at you for a second, and you were looking right at my microphone there.
Stay Puff Marshmallow.
It's cool, I know. But he's refined the signal, and you do find his duffel bag, and in it is like a crazy coil antenna thing, and a battery pack, and then this oscilloscope thing with headphones and like a board to change the frequency that they're searching for, kind of a deal. Like, that is laying there. Probably the battery's plugged in to charge on it. But on another table just behind this board, there's a bunch of documents and stuff that were never in your possession.
Oh.
But they detail everything about Crash's building.
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
I'm taking those.
All of that is waterlogged, kind of ruined. Like, some parts are, you know, the ink has run, but like it's all there. So it looks a lot like the files that you found originally when you broke into the loop facility
His
years
parents'
back.
files in the flooded loop. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think the ink's run. It was probably written with a Fisher Space pen. And they're waterproof.
The stuff that was Xeroxed, though, like in the water, yeah. Or put through the Ditto machine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The mimeograph.
Yeah. Like, all of that stuff is there.
Okay.
And it sort of is like the origin of, like, the transference tech
Gotcha.
stuff. And it's like, breakthrough, these scientists, I have to find... And there's, like, a picture of, like, Teenage Crash. Like, he doesn't look like Teenage Crash anymore. So, like, this person has been searching.
Okay.
Like,
For-
pre-accident?
Yeah.
Whoa.
There's like the newspaper clipping of the accident stuff.
That's fucked up.
The stuff like your dad had in his office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
We can't leave this here.
Well,
Look at the
shit,
picture of your
Siri.
dad's office.
That's terrifying, Siri. Shut the hell up.
We live in the future.
Yeah. Come on, robots are people.
We gotta clean this place out.
Yeah.
We gotta do it fast.
And like, as you go through more stuff, like, there's all the notes about the stuff, like, I designed the superior limbs that are going to be stronger than anything you fit in a regular human body, like...
That makes me mad. She's like, those limbs suck!
But...
Broke it off with a wrench.
That's not the point right now.
You wanged a wrench at
Ruined.
the speed of sound. Like,
We need to get this shit out of here, and we need to get it out of here right now.
Yep. Alright, I'll gather up everything I can.
while Cassie's packing that stuff up, you can go over and you find the body.
Yeah.
And it's got, obviously one of the legs, like just above the knee, is crushed and broken.
Mm-hmm.
And it is obviously dead. Like, there's no sign of life at all.
Their Pinterest board, as it were, of bullshittery from all the conspiracy stuff, does it point to Cassie and Crash at all?
It seems to lead to Crash's parents.
If I were to take off the last couple of bits off of that, then it just looks like conspiracy theory crazy person.
Crazy robotic conspiracy theory. Like, was there another robot here? Yeah, it must be. Maybe it's from the loop. Like, they've always been jealous of our tech.
I hate that I'm
Shit
doing
like that.
this right now, but
It's probably like the last bit of it is probably the picture
Yeah,
of
and
like
I'm
his
gonna-
parents from when they went missing.
I'm going to pull off the last couple of bits and just be like, Crash doesn't deserve this. But if we leave some of this, there's enough crazy going on right now.
Okay.
And here, take the fucking photos.
Should take them. Does anything say, like, who this rival robot assist was? Like, they've, because it's mentioned a couple times, like, they've always been jealous of our technology, like...
Sure. You don't find anything that has his name on it, but you kind of look around the place a while, and eventually you find, electrical cord that runs from the running outlet that all this other stuff is plugged into, and it leads to an office that says... Oh, shit. That says Vice President, and then under it, like on the name tag next to the door, is Edward Corden.
Edward Corden.
And inside there's like a cot and a little camp stove, and looks like that's where he's been living.
Okay. Wait, out of character, what was this facility called again back in the day? Because Colin told us.
UT, Universal
UT,
Technology?
Universal Technology, okay.
Yeah, because we were joking about it being like
Yeah,
UTI.
UTI, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If only you'd had the cranberry juice in that flask, everything would have been fine.
Would have fixed everything.
The cranberry transference must begin. Once everything is out that is going to lead back to Crash, I still need you to make the call.
Do you want me to make it from here?
I guess this is the place.
I guess that seems like the best option.
You would know that he said that there was no phone service.
Oh, wait, yeah. Well, we were going to call you from here, but the phones are out.
How far out is this?
It's like 10 miles outside of town. Like,
Gotta
it's
be a
still firmly in
payphone.
your jurisdiction.
Alright.
But
Alright. Back to the cruiser. And I'm going to grab up the radio and I'm going to call in the code.
okay. Or alternately, there is that call box.
Or I was going to say there's got to be a payphone, like, in the edge of town or something, like, if you were a freaked out person that just found this and...
That's true. Okay, yeah, we
Got
can
to the nearest
we go
phone.
back to the call box.
Sure.
and I let her make the call in.
You can successfully. You don't have to roll.
I don't have to roll for that. Okay, good. Because
I mean, like, you're not going to. Tell me what you want to say on the phone. Because, like, if you try and make an elaborate lie or something, then we're going to have to roll.
I think she was just going to say that, like, she was driving by the old UT facility and it looked like there'd been a break-in. Because the front is, like, the wall is
front
busted
is clearly
out.
busted out, yeah.
And just report in, like, that it looks like there's been a break-in.
Sure. That's easy. You don't have to roll for that.
Cool.
And a few minutes later, you hear the call on the radio.
Sure.
And one of the other deputies responds like, all right, it's probably stupid kids. You know, like, it's always kids
Surprise!
out here. But yeah, he'll head out there. He says he's going to be like 15 minutes.
We gotta get you and the information out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna drive her back to the lab.
Okay. You're driving back to the lab. You're shut down for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sleeping it off a little bit?
Let's try to figure out what Danny would do. I think that Midge probably did a good job cuffing him to something he couldn't shift or move or get out or whatever, so I don't think that he, slipped the cuffs and left, or not off of the metal thing anyway. So I think given no other choice, yeah, I've probably...
There's a helicopter outside.
I sent it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I've probably passed out.
Okay.
And
So
uncomfortably
here, yeah.
sleeping.
So like you guys are driving back into town, and like the shot is of the two of you sitting in the front of the car, and you're both just staring straight ahead, and like the street lights are going by, and then it switches back to the two of you. You're sitting there just shut down in the chair. You're like snoring next to the desk with your arm up awkwardly, and on your belt, your pager goes beep 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 beep, and there's the number that is your house and 911. And that's where we'll end it.
All right.
Fuck!
Cheers to me.
God
Well
damn
done.
it.
Finally, a game that you guys don't win constantly.
You failing at this hard.
It's so exciting. I've said it before, like the last game, it was like every time I came up with some bad thing, you guys are like, cool, I got 5 successes. Cool. No worries.
Although we had some epic rolls tonight.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. There was
They were
some-
either really good or really bad.
Yeah.
Very swingy.
These ones were very
Yep.
good.
Yep.
I saved them. Do you want to know about our scars?
I would love to.
we-
Yes.
Did you decide on yours?
I'm going to need some time to kind of figure it out.
That's cool.
But
Slack
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
That's fine. You got yours?
It turns out I'm not really a person after all.
No.
Oh.
That's fantastic.
I love it. It's beautiful and awful.
Are we going to do questions
Now
now or at the beginning of next time?
Yeah, we got a
do
few
you guys,
minutes,
are you guys
right?
okay? I mean,
Sure,
we're gonna,
sure, yeah.
Questions will take us 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if somebody was like, fuck you, I have to sleep, we up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
God damn it, CADave.
Taste my blade.
Blades? Is it like a blade and a lathe?
It's a very quickly spinning blade of suffering.
Could you construct a
I'm not putting
rudimentary
anything past
blade?
you guys. To blaze.
Blades.
Here, have some of your evil dice back.
Okay.
That was good.
All right. Let me get to the questions page. I did so much flipping around in the book, I lost it. Questions! Those are not the right questions. Piece of shit. What the? I thought it was right here. Damn it.
Uh-oh.
Chapter 6. That's like in hundreds. Here we go.
Questions.
Question number 1. Did you participate in the session?
Yeah, I guess.
Sort of.
Question 2. Did your problem or relationships get you into trouble?
Yes.
Question 3. Were you broken and forced to take a scar?
Yep.
Yay!
Question
Almost.
4. Did you put yourself in harm's way to resolve the mystery?
In fact, I did.
Yeah.
And question 5. Did you learn something new?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yarp.
Does taking a scar reduce any of my conditions?
It does not.
Oh, okay.
But you have 2 going forward when you do
And
resolve or something.
you're resting now,
Yeah.
so like you'll be able to clear up some conditions before we get back into play.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Heck.
Cool. Oh! Take a minute.
Uh-oh.
Everybody think where you would like to attribute your "you're awesome."
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Cassie, for sure. With just the focused
single-minded
rage
death. Yeah,
was great. I love that.
Just straight up murder rage.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Thank you.
I think mine has to go over to Jason for koala bearing on to the robot, because I could just envision it, and it was kind of hilarious and sad at the same time.
Thank you. I think mine's for Danny for doing CPR. Bringing that back.
Yeah. I gotta go Midge for risking her dang job to protect her friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Destroying evidence.
Yeah.
I just love the like.
The drama.
What the fuck?
Also that.
That moment from
What did you do?
Yeah.
Do I get
Yeah.
a point for that?
I don't give points.
Yeah, that was epic.
But yeah, I like that a lot. That was good.
Yeah.
Cool. So, yeah, a lot to think about before next time
Yeah. Holy
for everybody.
fucking shit.
Yeah.
Many
gonna be
feels.
That's
excited.
intense. We really need Colin. That's
Colin is the sane one.
yeah. We
Yeah.
Jay.
Yeah. Responsible and sane.
Yeah.
And which is good, because,
Yeah, he just nopes out of there.
yeah.
Focused, flighty, fucked up.
Yeah.
The 3 Fs.
Yeah.
All right. So we will be back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
The very exciting news is that for the first time in forever,
That's a song.
yeah,
Can we not sing that, please?
Yeah.
I didn't mean it like that. The words were out of my mouth, and then my head continued on, and I didn't mean to. For the first time in forever, our game doesn't land on the Monday after con, so we don't have to skip a week.
So it actually is 2 weeks.
So yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks, which is the week before the con, and you can figure out if you're going to play the Monday after con.
Yeah, I will. That's fine.
Cool. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. Coming up, the Strategicon Game Convention that I just mentioned. Just after that, we'll be at the Hilton LAX, where many of us will be having some fun and doing some crazy shit and drinking a lot. Because when you're there for several days and you don't have anywhere to go, get it.
That's what you do.
Yeah. Yeah. Please, as we mentioned before, if you find yourself this month with a couple extra bucks and you want to send it to the way of the Rainbow Railroad, visit happyjacks.org/rainbow. We'll continue to update when our games come up and let you know how much progress we're making. But we don't want to let that slide because we want to try and help people as much as we can.
And it really doesn't have to be a lot. Like $5-10 is
Yeah.
like every little bit is helpful. So
And if you can't donate, tell other people to donate.
yes.
it
Steal
around.
from their wallets. I mean, what?
I mean,
What would Cassie do?
look,
Oh God.
you got to get it out there before the massive wave of Girl Scout cookies come. So
Yes.
now's the time. Spread the word now. before everybody spends their disposable cash.
True.
If you got a birthday this month, put that thing up on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, whatever you got to do, just pass that word around, and we greatly appreciate it. And there's still the final overall person that contributes the most prize at the end of the month that you can win from us as a thank you. And what else is going on in everybody's lives?
Oh, well, hi. I'm running Shadowrun on opposite Mondays to this, and if you haven't tuned into Shadowrun before, next week is going to be like a one-off of alternate characters exploring a little bit of what's happening at Crash Cart with the Rise Corporation developments. So you don't have to have a lot of background. You could just jump in and watch that one and see some ridiculousness, because we have a couple people out, and we're going to just do some wonky nonsense side story. And then Wednesdays I'm here for Kimmy's Eidolon Academy Masks game. Very, very fun. And I think that's all I'm up to for the most part. You could also check out my game Demigods, demigodspbta.com.
Yes.
You should 100% check out his game Demigods, demigodspbta.com, because it's fantastic, and I highly recommend. I don't have anything else really going on, so take it away.
I also recommend you play Demigods
No,
because
stop.
it's literally the best, and we're going to just embarrass the shit out of Jason right now.
I knew I shouldn't have said anything.
You can also find me here for Shadowrun. Sorry, the spiders are my fault. And then on alternate Sundays, you can find me here for Glittering Night, which is our Vampire the Masquerade actual play run by Stu, where I play Malkavian Satanic Nun, which is real fun for me. And also, small brag, if you watched the Grammys last night and you saw Lizzo's performance, I made a lot of those tutus with a small team of people at a shop here in LA, and it was real cool. So that was fun.
Awesome.
Woo!
Speaking of demigods, you should check out 12-Sided Stories, where Jason will be running demigods for us in the very near future.
Yep.
But in the interim, you can check out me running Vampire 5e in the game Unquiet Blood. 12-Sided Stories is a highly produced podcast with sound effects and music, and it's delightful. And you should check it out, especially if you like people that don't give a shit about the rules of Vampire, aka me.
It's actually super fun to listen to because they don't get all bogged down in like every little dice rule. They just like use it to appropriate amount and then tell a cool story and sound effects and all that stuff. It's really fun.
You're trying to out-embarrass me now.
Yeah, I really enjoy listening to it. I've listened to every episode and I can't wait for the next one. Release it immediately.
Would that I had the power.
Cool.
Oh, and also worth noting, thank you, chat, for reminding me, next week, February 2nd, 02/02/2020, is the launch of the Decima Kickstarter.
Yes.
The lady in charge of basically all of us, really. I mean, the most responsible adult in the room is launching her Kickstarter next week. What is that, Monday?
Is it Monday?
Sunday.
There's no way to know for sure.
It's a day.
But it is
Six
the
and two.
2nd. It is February
every
2 of 2020.
Sunday.
And Sunday.
Groundhog Day.
Yes, an important distinction.
So every time you wake up on Sunday, next Sunday, go to the website and put your money in on that Kickstarter.
Yeah, because you probably didn't already do it.
Do it.
So,
Just
And
over
or
again.
if you see your shadow, then you got to give all your money to Decima.
yes. We have the link in the chat now too. So definitely check that out. She's put a ton of work into this game. The playtesting was super fun to see up close.
It's super cool.
And we have the primary artist for the game here with us as
Yes,
well.
I am working on the card art, and it's super fun. So, and the game is awesome. I'm very, very excited about it.
It's going to be great.
Yay!
So,
Cool. That's a lot of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're like busy and shit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Crazy.
How did that happen? Gamers are supposed to be lazy.
Yeah, right? What the hell?
Bad
It's a
at
chill
that.
hobby.
Yeah, we do this for fun.
Just
Yeah,
feel extra
we do.
about it.
So yeah, we'll see you in the future.
Bye.
Bye.
If I told you the things I'd seen on my ways, if I told you the things I've done in my days, you wouldn't believe me anyway. So it's best I just don't